test. Test. Okay. He shoots, he scores. Weehaw. Grandma, you should be here. Certainly. All right, welcome to Vienna High School basketball. And this is the first time I've ever done this. I'm starting to sweat. Welcome. Pardon the frantic moments here as we get ready for complete coverage of the game. We should be picking up live feed right now. We're still getting some information on lineups and names, so bear with us. You may have noticed that we did not start with a tip-off. All games will begin with the ball coming from out of bounds from the visiting team. We'll try to get you introduced to the players shortly.
That squeak sound, isn't it?
Guarding a camera, you could be guarding it. Make her do this job.
Thanks, bud. People in here. Lottery pick or what?
You make it any wider, there should be a button that says W over here. You see that W? Make it as wide as it goes.
What you?
It is? Okay. Alright, we're getting wide.
Okay, we do have all the players and the information now, so we'll try to get you caught up on who's in the game and bring you some semblance of play-by-play. Again, this is the first game of the season in Southern Illinois, not just for Vienna, as I understand. So, in the game and starting so far for our visitors under Coach Jason Vaughn, Hardin County JV coach, is Mr. Beabout. Was that, I believe that may have been him that just scored a 3. We have Mr. Fricker, freshman. Both freshmen Beabout and Fricker freshmen. Have Jonah and Nick Austin in the game, freshman, and Jonah comes in as a junior. And finally, freshman Mr. Snyder. And that was Buddy Clay for 2 points, his first or his second basket of the game so far. Get a break here in the action for Vienna. And starting in the game so far, we have Sean Acree. And we have a timeout, so that'll give us a chance to kind of catch up here. It's actually it's a referee's timeout. We'll have these this year. The first 5, after the first dead ball near 5 minutes into the game, there'll be a referee's timeout to allow the players to remove their mask, catch their breath, and regroup, if you will, to adjust to wearing a mask while playing this very strenuous sport. Okay, as promised, for the JV boys for Vienna, we have Sean Acree in starting. Buddy Clay, he has 4 points and leads the Eagles so far. I have a Mercado Constante and John Green and Owen Treat. And I'll have to try to help you know the numbers here if you'd like. Sean Acree is number 24. Buddy Clay's number 44. He's the big guy. Been cleaning the glass well so far and leading the scoring. Mercado Constante, number 20, guard. John Green, freshman, number 33. And Owen Treat is number 12, freshman guard. So our first time out, and I feel like we've got at least some information here where we can try to help bring you some commentary if we can get this all rolling good. Hope the feed's looking good. We would like to hear from anybody, you know, what things we might tweak or do. We try to include the scoreboard, including the time and score for those of you at home. And now we'll try to get into the action. We'll see how this goes. All right, that's number 10 into the game with a steal from his number is Adam Board. And that was Tommy Holhubner with the attempt there. He was fouled. He'll go to line shooting 2. First one's up and good. Puts Tommy on the board. Got some substitutions for Hardin County as well. Number 52, Mr. Cullum. Second attempt by Mr. Holhubner. It's up, rims around, and falls. 10-4, Vienna. Lots of pressure, and it looks like a full half-court kind of a trap. Back out to the big guy, 52, just in the game for Hardin County. Got to drive through the middle, inside to the big guy, just in the game, and he gets his first bucket. Mr. Cullum with 2, cuts the lead to 4. Vienna with some, looks like several substitutions. I don't know if we can get you caught up on all of them, but we're trying to learn these players as we start this season. Holhubner with a nice turnaround, little one-hand soft shot off the opposite side for 2. He's in the game, tied for leading scoring so far for Vienna. Nice look inside by Hardin County from the big guy, Cullum, to, I believe that was 34, Mr. Snyder. Got a call in the play. Oh, we got a charge. Oh, I'll take it back. It was a reaching foul on Hardin County. That will send Daniel Dahmer to the line. Shooting 2. First attempt off the front of the rim. Don't know how well people's young men's legs and lungs are going to be ready to play ball this quick, but probably going to see a few things taking a little transition from practice to full games. He sinks the second one. Looks like a chance for a layup by 2. Samuel Wright. We got a little hand to the back from number 10 for Vienna, Dayton Nichols. Hardin County ball on the side. Colin with the ball on the left side, penetrates, but he loses the ball, gets it back. Nice pass to the weak side, but it's back out front. Hardin County will set it back up. "16 seconds. Oh, ball's picked loose, scramble, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay on this side. Hardin County ball under the goal with 10.3 seconds left to go. Got one down the back court from Vienna limping, but he's back in. Good coverage underneath. They sit out to the 3-point line from Hardin County. A shot no good, and it's out of bounds. No one touched it, so it'll go Vienna. 5.7 seconds left. Full distance of the court. Hardin County is going to pick them up full court, so this could be an interesting 5 seconds. No good, and that'll close the first quarter play for the Vienna High School Hardin County Cougar JV game.
It looks good. Yeah, it sounds good. Looks.
We will try to fill you in on any of the COVID-19 related issues that affect the game as we go along. Please bear with me as I try to struggle to learn to stay up with play-by-play and work some of the information into you. Should have a co-commentator here for the second varsity game with a lot more experience and hopefully a better effort. Fine, looks like they're back in with their original starters. Hey, Cree, spotted up at the 3, nailed it. Vienna 15, Hardin County 8. All alone underneath, 15 for Hardin County, missed. That was Mr. Green for Vienna, his first 2 of the game. Long 3 by Mr. Goins, junior for Hardin County. Titans the game up 19-11. Treat, the Nice look inside, but just fell short. Back out the front. Acree with a drive down the middle. Right hand up and no good, but he drew the foul. We'll head to the line with most likely 2 free throws. First one up by Acree is good. See him up to 5, which should also lead scoring for Vienna at this time. Got a substitute for Hardin County. Out is number 34 Schneider, and in number 23 Nick Austin. Austin, the freshman. Acree's second shot is good. He has 6 now, and it's a 10-point lead for the Eagles. Hardin County facing some pretty tight man-to-man out front, led by Mr. Treat, Mr. Treat. Nice left by the 15, Jonah Austin. Ball rims out all the way down the court. Long pass inside Acree. 2 more for Acree, bringing him to 8, and a 12-point lead now for the Vienna Eagles. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left for the half. Austin for 3, and he nails it. I believe that was Jonah Austin, 3. Acree was inside on that. Looks like he drew the foul. I'm not sure who the foul was on just yet. We don't have the cumulative fouls for Hardin County. Had an issue with the Vienna High School scoreboard. I understand it should be up and running by late Thursday. Had a cable loose, bad cable. Acree with the first one. I am able to see their stats. That gives him 9. Team fouls wise, as you can probably see by the scoreboard, has been placed in your lower right quadrant of your screen. 2 fouls for Hardin County, team fouls. None so far for Vienna. Acree's second basket's in and good, and that brings him to double digits here in the first half. Vienna now with a man-to-man. Could help him Treat on this side. Oh, and we have a travel call against Hardin County, and we'll head the other way. Referee initially signaled referee's timeout, but waved it off, and we're back in play. Marcanto Casante comes down the right side with the ball, looks back in. Nice give and go effort, but it was touched and tipped away by number 12, Mr. Fricker for Hardin County, and saved the nice offensive play. Marcardo may have been trying to work too hard to get it back and committed a foul in the front court. So Hardin County bring the ball back out in their half with 4 minutes, 7 seconds left in this half. Hardin County looking to spread it out a little bit more with this man-to-man now, and 12 spots up for Hardin County. It's off a little hard. That was Mr. Fricker. Oh, nice block inside by Buddy Clay. Down the hook to Acree for a quick 2 and a long pass, and that gives him 12, and Vienna goes up 27-14. Biggest lead of the game. Again, Vienna's still in a man-to-man. Hardin County spread. Pass inside deflected by number 12. Vienna with the ball now, 27-17, 10-point lead. Shots off by Constante. Rebound Hardin County, and they'll bring it back up. A full court man-to-man by Constante again. I am impressed so far with how Vienna's really aggressive on the defense out front on the ball, and a lot of good help from all 4 corners once there's any penetration or passes to the corners. Another long pass out to Acree with spots up for a 3, and he nails that. This boy is on fire tonight. He has 15 points in the first half, and we still have 2 minutes and 46 seconds to play. We got a timeout by Vienna, and we're going to have a full substitution. One thing I think we may see a lot from all teams throughout the area is timeouts and a lot of transition, a lot of substitution, why these young men try to adjust to being able to breathe in a mask and play basketball. As I mentioned earlier, we will have one designated timeout per half, which won't count against either team, just for an opportunity for them to catch their breath and resume play. We hope to have Vienna's new head coach, Mr. Deere, up here for a little summary of what's going on so far, and hopefully even bring you Rodney Lane, the Hardin County coach, for a minute. Let him share a little bit about the season and welcome our Hardin County fans to the broadcast and the ability to watch the game. We're so happy to be able to do that, and I know we're just all thankful to be able to have basketball and be able to watch it at home, since it's such limited capacity for these events. All right, Vienna's picking up Hardin County. So like I said, it's a complete new lineup in, but they're picking up Hardin County full court. Hardin County all the way down, penetrated all the way through, one man dribbled all the way down left-handed, and that would be number 0, be about, and dribbled right up to the 3 feet from the basket, but as you've seen, he was hammered on his attempt, and he'll go to line shooting 2. Be about, freshman, number 0, sinks the first basket. And unfortunately, I do not have point totals for Hardin County, so please forgive me if Be about, looks like he's a left-hander. Sinks the second one. Now Hardin County is picking up about half court with the man. Be about very out front, helps, almost gets a steal there, passes inside now to knocked away by Hardin County and picked up, loose ball, goes out of bounds. Looks like it was white ball. It'll stay on this side. By inbounds pass. Try to pick up some of these new players. Daniel Dahmer in the game, number 1, excuse me. Number 4 is Tommy Hohubner. Number 10, Dayton Nichols, excuse me. Number 10 is Dayton Nichols. Inside of the big man, 34, Hohubner. He's fouled from behind. He'll go to the line shooting 2. He saw maybe 3-4 minutes first quarter, and in about 2 minutes time was the leading scorer. So he's back to the line now to attempt his first of 2 free throws. First one rims out from the right side. Tommy's obviously going to be a big inside man. A lot of help as he goes on, I'm sure. He's listed right now as a center position freshman. And of course, the son of 34th Nicholas Johnson. Yeah, but I've just got a clarification. I've been listing number 34, Nick Johnson, as Tommy Hohubner, and I've been corrected. That is not correct. It's actually Nick Johnson, so. Dayton Nichols penetrated the inside of the lane, put up a shot, and was fouled. Looks like he'll be shooting 1-and-1 as he hadn't quite got the shot off before the reaching foul occurred. So he'll go to the line shooting 1-and-1. Team fouls at 7 now for Hardin County with 1:21 to go in the first half. We do have Tommy O'Hubner in the game as number 4. First basket by Dayton Nichols was good. He's got the second one measured up and good. Nothing but net for the young freshman. Stolen away on the inbounds pass by number 5, Isaac Smith. Couldn't convert. Back on defense now. Drive through the middle by B about Hardin County. Nice cut, nice finish. Gets the basket and the foul, and he'll go to the line to make it a old-fashioned 3-point play.
You're doing a great job. I mean, you can talk about it if you want, but you're doing a great job. 177 people watching. It's pretty cool.
I have a lot more help when I have a play-by-play announcer here, and I can just help with the color, folks. So just bear with me as we try to just bring you some of the highlights and get you some of the players' names, perhaps, of the ones you're not familiar with. Be about sinks the second one, finishes the traditional 3-point play, buying a back down side. Back down. One thing I've noticed I'm very impressed with is how quick Vienna moves the ball down on transition. I can hardly look down and find a player's number off the sheet before they're already up and pass twice and shooting the ball. So this offense is definitely revved up. I'm fortunate that you can see it on the screen. Oh, tipped away by O'Hubner. He's got the ball back in the middle after. Oh. O'Hubner had a hand on the ball, knocked it loose over to number 3, Nelson Bundren. Nelson tried to get it back to him quickly for a quick bucket, but it was tipped away and out of bounds, but back in Vienna ball. Off strong rebound, Johnson on Nick Johnson with the weak side rebound, back up. Didn't get any rim or backboard, but he was fouled. Might explain why the ball took the arc it did. He'll go to the line, most likely shooting 2. First attempt's up a little hard, front of the rim, back of the glass, and back out front. Some substitutions for Hardin County. 52, Cullum leaving the game in, number 34, Snyder. Nick has this one measured after that first one, and he nails that.
Good job!
Vienna picking up full court with Bundren on the front end of the man-to-man. He is great feet work. I'm sure it comes footwork, excuse me. Oh, nice drive by number 23 for Hardin County. Nick Austin, freshman. Nice move, nice off the glass, but he had some body on the foul, so I believe he's shooting 2. I was impressed with Bundren's footwork. I'm sure that comes from playing soccer, and sure looks like it's helping him on defense in the basketball uniform as well. I'm not sure what height you would say Nelson is, but let's put it this way: he's not the tallest guy on the court out there right now, but what he makes up, lacks in maybe height, he makes up for in tenacity on defense. Okay, the free throws were missed, but I didn't see for sure if the ball was touched by Vienna out of bounds, so it's underneath to go to Hardin County. Fricker spotted up for a moment, but then was swarmed by Vienna defender number 10, Dayton Nichols, and Dayton was just a little too aggressive, and he picked up the foul. That evens the fouls out now for team is 8 for Hardin County and 7 for Vienna, so we quickly caught up in this aggressive full-man court and man-to-man half-court defense. Fricker, number 12, now at the free throw line for 1-and-1. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Hardin County. Good hustle out to retrieve the ball. But once he squared up, he may have got a little body foul on clearing out after retrieving the ball. Was number 45, Mr. Golens. Bonnie has 21 seconds to finish this half out. Again, this is a complete team substitution for this last few minutes of this game, trying to let everybody catch their breath and as well get some action in this game. Nope, we have a loose ball, and it'll be a jump ball. Well, it won't be a jump ball. It'll be alternating possession, of course. And it goes to Hardin County with 3.4 seconds. Vienna picking them up full court for this last 3.4 seconds. It's in. Long three at the buzzer, off the glasses. The light turns red. No good.
Good job, Eagles! Woo!
And that would be Vienna's high school superintendent cheering his team on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one thing we hope to bring to you here. One thing we'd like to try to do is we should have a few moments to discuss the new year with our coach, our new head coach here at Vienna. And we would look to Mr. Dreher, D-R-E-H-R, Stephen Dreher. And we'll bring that to you shortly. Thank you. We're gonna just do it right here, so I don't know if you're ready.
No problem.
Just let me know, Bernie, Bert, when you're there. Can you hear us okay? Up in the booth? Good deal.
They're giving thumbs up.
We want to take a moment before things get too busy at halftime of the JV game and introduce everybody to our new head coach, Stephen Drew. Is that right? That's correct. Okay. And I know there's so much to talk about in so little time, but I guess one thing that's on everybody's mind is how glad we are to be able to play basketball.
Oh, it's such a relief, and the kids are excited. It feels almost like tournament time, really, because the kids are, I mean, the energy level is off the charts. We've been on again, off again, and now suddenly, in 5 days, boom, you're playing.
Oh, I understand too from David Hill, the athletic director, we didn't have to know whose jersey number was what or who's getting everything together, Weissman right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that affects the way you address the game, whether the guy's got legs, lumps to do it, how much you can substitute. Oh, yeah. We've been trying to explain some of the new rules with the COVID in place, the extra official timeout, those kind of things. So I'm sure substitution, all that is going to fall on your shoulders, trying to get a feel for that.
Well, I've had a long-standing rule that will help us, I think, and the kids are starting to trust it, and that is if you raise your hand and take yourself out to the team, so you don't hurt the team, then you get to choose when you go back.
That's a great idea.
And they're starting to believe. Not totally yet, but they're starting to believe. Now, on the other hand, if they make me take them out because they're hurting, there's no guarantee.
It's a little different negotiation.
Exactly.
We hope to have more discussions with you as time goes on. We wanted to get a face out for people and here just for a minute, and we'll probably have more to chat about in the future, I'm sure. But we sure appreciate having you. I know you came from you've done both boys and girls. Is that correct?
I have. I did kind of a favor on the girls' side.
Okay.
Until I was their boys coach first, and then I came back and I was really close friends with Brent, and he talked me into it.
I understand how that
So
goes.
I'm better suited for boys than girls. I'm maybe not the most patient person in the world. So it's and I can hurt people. You know.
To be honest, Coach, I don't think I've ever played for anybody that didn't have that capacity, or they weren't sitting at the end of the bench coaching the game. So that kind of goes with the territory.
Oh yeah, but I'm loving it here. This is a great school. It's got great leadership. The kids are phenomenal. They're active, very respectful, very nice. And what we have to do is just get a situation where year in, year out, compete. And that's going to take a little bit, but I think the difference is here. I've walked into a lot worse. It's hard to do the same job.
I understand.
Well, I worked into a lot worse.
From working with younger kids in grade school before as an assistant coach, I know how important it is to know who your new head coach is of your varsity program. Find out what kind of stuff he wants to get and work on. So all you junior high, grade school coaching, and all the sports staff, start paying attention how this guy wants to coach a game, and we know what direction to take our youth. But for now, we'll get back and get ready for the second half of the JV game. We look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
test. Okay. Sorry. Test 1, 2. We're switching headsets here. Unfortunately, a lot of the action is taken back off. Good. How's that? Okay. We're back, second half action. Vienna High School Hardin County Cougars JV game. First half pretty much was about what we would expect from two teams that suddenly get the trigger pulled to be able to play basketball as they're figuring out their offenses and their defenses. And we went from hardly much contact at all early on to about 15 fouls in the last 3-4 minutes. As you can see in the lower right-hand score, 34-29 is the score as we begin the second half. Vienna up by 5. In the future, we'll try to have some halftime stats for you for some of the visiting. We especially apologize for this year. Our scoreboard is needing a cable replaced, and only one half is operating for the Vienna Eagles. Actually, their point. Actually, we have 2 that would work for the visitors, but it was causing some glitches with the program, so we had to go with just half for this first game. Do I need to repeat some of that then? No?
I think you're good. It's
okay. Working out lots of technical issues. First game of the season with a new system that we're very pleased to have and provided by the high school to bring this basketball to your living rooms due to the lack of ability to have spectators. We'll try to get some of the names of the new players in here to you for Vienna. We have number 25, Jonathan Simmons, in the game. Freshman. Freshman forward. We have some of the original starters in. See Buddy Clay back in, the big guy in the inside. Number 5, Isaac Smith. Number 22 just got the rebound and put back up. Evan Smithson, freshman forward. Although that was Mr. Cullen for Hardin, although he traveled in, I've been pretty impressed with how the big man controls himself, his feet, and his moments when he has the ball in the paint and sees the court well. It's going to be fun to watch him grow into that position. They have him listed now as a junior, so. Nice little short baseline by the big guy, Buddy Clay, number 44. Be-about for Hardin County, handling the ball, good penetration, nice spin, move back out to the top of the key, back underneath the be-about. Whoa, what a nice, under the basket, looked like a left hand. I'm not sure how to describe that one. Acre with a nice inside drive, gets some good glass and roll, gets him up to 17 points. He had 15 in the first half with limited play. Be about back out to the, spotted up for 3 was, I think it was Jonah Austin, forgive me if I have that wrong. Back down on this end, Treat with a miss, back up, his own rebound, another rebound back up. 3 shots for $1 underneath, but they won't fall for Owen. Long pass out of bounds. Hardin County trying to capitalize on the transition. Got some substitution in here for a timeout. I believe that's probably going to be one of our, as we spoke earlier, it's going to be one of those, after about 5 minutes plays, first dead ball referee timeout, official timeout, just to give the guys a chance to catch their breath from playing with the mask on.
They said they were going to police it. How are they going to do that?
Once again, 15 seconds before play. Once again, I would say we would be interested in hearing any suggestions, ideas you have for the broadcast. Any ways we may improve or things that we can't see or understand from our end that you may be experiencing at home. Nine-point game. The intensity level has been great. Nobody seems wore out. Lots of substitution may be helping with that. Hardin County, I've noticed, with about 2, 4, 6, 7 on the bench. Ball out of bounds. It'll go back to Hardin. It'll go to Hardin County way now. Vienna with about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 substitutions. So that may be important right now while trying to play these games under these conditions. Back in for Vienna, as we spoke about earlier, was Nelson Bundren, known for his soccer play at the school. Almost had his first rebound of the game. Oh! Tough call for a referee there. It was about as spontaneous contact as you could have, and it went as an offensive foul to Sean Acree, who's leading all scoring with 17. Picks up his first foul of the night. Tipped and out of bounds by number 6. Is that Sam Wright? 52. Number 52, Sam Wright, freshman forward. He's a long, lanky fella and get his hands in just about everything in there. He's got a Owen Treat with the rebound. Nice pass down to Acree. Looks inside to right, but it was tipped away by Hardin County. Ball kicked loose at half court. Right up with the ball. Looks down to Treat. Back into Acree. Up the middle. Back into Wright. Nice ball move, but Wright was fouled on his effort to try to get one up off the glass directly underneath. Very unselfish play from both Acree and Owen Treat, trying to get the ball to the best look we could get, and it ended up in a 2-foot shot. Wright's first basket rimmed out a little deep off the back, deep part of the rim, almost back to him. So it'll go back to the referee to be bounced back to him for his second attempt. Second one's up. He had it measured, and it's good. Substitute in Mr. Cullum for Hardin County. That's 3 points now for Sam Wright with that free throw. Vienna with a full court pressure. Going with Owen Treat and Nelson Budner in the front court on the defense of that full court. Cullum back out. The big guy steps out for a three. Rims out. No good. Rebound inside. Hardin County kicks back out to be about for the. Nope. And we have an offensive. I didn't see it from this side, but he must have lowered his shoulder or may have used a hand to clear out a little bit. But he was called for the offensive foul. That is his second foul. 1 minute 38 seconds to play in the third quarter. Treat brings the ball down this time for Vienna. Over to the left side to Acree. Back over, skips it over, back out to Bundren, back to good ball movement. Can't even keep up with it myself. Back over to Nelson Bundren, inside to the number 4. It's tipped off on his shot, or I don't know if it was a pass, trying to pass inside to the big guy, but it results in Come off the foot of Hardin County and back out of bounds, buying a ball underneath the goal. Their own goal. Treadle inbounds the pass out to Akery for about look at a 15-footer, but pulls it back out. Clears it back out. Akery with a nice inside pass, but I just don't think Wright was ready for it, and it's tied up inside. It'll be back, alternating possession of Vienna once again under their basket. Treadle take it out once again.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Looks like the coach may be wanting to consider a
Ladies and gentlemen,
little different look
Test
this
1
time.
2.
When the inbounds pass went top of the key, rims out. Hardin County basketball. Big guy out front again.
Back on, man. Yep, it's better than just a...
good. It's all here in a minute.
Snyder with the offensive rebound and has got fouled on his putback.
Next interview you want to do, we're good, I think.
Hardin County. Giebout will take the ball out of bounds underneath Hardin County goal. We got a whistle, 5 seconds. Credit to Vienna defense for good coverage on the inbound pass. Jonah Austin getting a hand on that long 3/4 court pass. Akery and Treat trading passes, trying to spot up for something on the perimeter. Back over to Bundren. Inside to Wright. Back out to Treat, who's spotted up on the left side. Won't falls a little hard. Nice bounce pass from number 4. Tommy Hohubner to the other to Wright on the other side, and he's converted. So nice assist from Hohubner. Vienna opens up a 12-point lead. .4 seconds. Inbounds pass off the side. Treat looking over to Bundren. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Akery up at the buzzer. 10-footer. Good. The grass turns red and the referee's hands go up. That's 2 at the buzzer. It's 45-31 after 3 quarters of play. Vienna with the, I would say, I think that's the biggest lead of the game. All right, 4th and final quarter of this first game of the season in Southern Illinois, I should add, not just Vienna. Hardin County's got about 14-point deficit to make up, take this game. And that was Giebout. Nice drive. Couldn't quite finish with the fact that he had about 4 people on his arm there. So the foul, though, went to number 33, Mr. Green, John Green. Bebout's first one falls just short on the right. It's Green's first foul. Team fouls are even at 3. Bebout with a second attempt to gain some points from that nice drive. He gets one to fall. 45-32. Inbounds, full court pressure from Hardin County. Vienna with a different 5 in from this quarter. Went back inside to Buddy Clay for 2, and he now has 8 points. Get limited play, I should add. Hardin County answers back from number 45, Mr. Goins, for a nice baseline shot of an 8-footer. Coach Webb for Vienna circling some more players in. Buddy Clay coming back out with an 10-point effort tonight. And maybe playing half the duration of the game. So if you can run those numbers, we've got several offensive possibilities from different people on the floor for this JV team. Something Coach Webb would be happy to know. Happy to see in his first game that he has plenty of options. Nice pass from Constante inside, but it was batted away on the shot. Hardin County Bebout back to the baseline. Nice little look into his strong forward, but it tips out. He's back up. 32, that is. He was fouled on this play. 32 for Hardin County was more. Bebout with a nice baseline, drew the defense in, fished it into his sophomore, number 32 Moore, who's at the line now to try to salvage 2 points out of this attempt. First one's good. Back to a 14-point deficit with 5 minutes and 29 seconds left to play. Second shot up, rims out for Moore. Rebound, back to Hardin County. Goins gets it, quickly clears it out. Gets over into the corner, back over to Goins for the 3 shot. Off the rim, short. Back rebound, Hardin County, number 12, Fricker. He gets right back up, but he's eased by the body of Mr. John Green. And John picks up his 3rd foul here in the 4th quarter. Fricker with his first free throw, a lot of arch. Gets the bucket to drop, though, with a little bit of rim. Fricker with a second free throw attempt. Big arch, nothing but string this time. It's a 12-point game with 5 minutes, 16 seconds left to go. Hickory was bringing the ball down for Vienna. Hardin County looks like picked up his 3rd foul with a reaching in foul. Ball out of bounds, Vienna. Hardin County really working the man-to-man here now. Probably trying to make something happen this last few minutes to get back in this, make this game a little closer. Blue ball going back the other way, out of bounds Vienna underneath the basket. So Bebout brings the ball down for Hardin County, looking to capitalize on this turnover and make this game a little interesting. Bebout with a nice drive down the lane, but loses his footing and goes down, turns the ball over. Acree down for Vienna to the second stripe line, just inside the 3. Has it cleared out. Huebner looks inside to right, but it's batted away by Hardin County. Acre back over to Daniel Dahmer. Dahmer back out to Acre. Right, left hand dribble, looks inside, nice pass, but Daniel was wanting to go to the rim there, but the defense was collapsing too quick, it looked like, so end up ball it. By the time they got the play off to look inside, it got batted out of bounds. Vienna ball underneath the basket. Acre will take it out. Nall alone is right on the right side. Score an assist for Acre and put 2 more up for right. He has 7 for the night. Again, 45 Goins with a long 3. Goins listed as a junior. Pretty good sized fella and can step out and hit the 3, looks like, as well. Oh, the ball gets away and an easy left-hand layup for Daniel Dahmer. Gives him 3 points for this game. Vienna, long 3 from the top of the key, bounces out. Own rebound underneath the goal. Frecker inside to, with a quick bucket there, was number 32, Mr. Moore. Acre down, gives it up to Huebner. Oh, look inside again to right. He tried to feed it back out to Huebner, but it's batted away to Hardin County. It's called out of bounds. Off blue, Vienna's ball under the goal once again. It's my phone. My phone's locked now, isn't it?
For a minute.
My help is here. Who's going to help me with the second game now? I do want to pass along a little side story. He's very technically adept and very good at play-by-play, but he couldn't get into his phone for the last few minutes and locked it. And I just helped him realize that it's my phone and not his. So he's now on his phone and mine's locked out. So, Mom, if you're trying to call, please know that our play-by-play man, Ron Ellis, the great legend Ron Ellis, has just locked my phone, Mom.
I just go to show that I don't know technology.
He knows basketball, folks, but he doesn't know iPhones.
No. My daughter laughs at me, too. My 14-year-old grandson says I'm a dinosaur. And I said, Lucas, you're right.
Well, folks, we hope you're enjoying at least being able to have basketball in your homes and being able to see some of these young men get a chance just to play basketball is such a blessing. Vienna just has to take care of the ball here for about 3 minutes with an 11-point lead. Hardin County is going to have to pressure a little bit, try to keep any turnovers to a minimum and try to take advantage of any transitions like they have on some of their previous attempts. Acre just missed about a 12-footer, but he's...
Guys, go meet the ball. Do not wait on the ball. Go meet it.
Coach Webb a little aggravated with some of the play there, and I've heard him telling the guys how much he wants them to take care of the ball. And always something you want to share and repeat over and over, but we're probably going to see a lot of first game jitters and time to try to adjust all this now. We got a charge. I thought we was going to go that way. Acre was coming in hot. Tried to get the ball off, but he couldn't control his body and drew the charge. That's his second foul for the game. He has 19 points at this point. Leading scorer for both sides, I do believe, without the benefit of knowing Hardin County's totals. Big guy, 52, Cullum. Nice fake, drives in, but he still has nothing. His right met him at the top of the key. Nice defense by Mercado Constante to Stop them. We have a timeout, Vienna bench. I think Coach Webb's going to take advantage right here to while the iron's still hot to make a point on controlling, handling, protecting the ball, especially with a 9 or 11 point lead with this much game time left. Waiting on the side is the Vienna High School boys, getting ready for their first chance to play varsity basketball for this season. I'd say it's about the closest thing to chomping at the bit you could have right now, is wanting to get out on that court, play your first, maybe your senior year, your last chance to play ball, and not know if you're going to be able to. What a blessing. Okay, we've got 1:52 left of the JV game. Hardin County straight down, and Fricker launches a long three. Draws a little sliver of rim on the left side. Scramble for the ball results in an out of bounds. Looks like it's going to go the other way to Vienna. Well, sure, we'll see full court pressure from Hardin County from here on out. Acree bringing the ball down. Left hand, switches right hand. A little Be-About gets called for being a little hands-on there. I believe that's going to put him up at about 4 fouls without the benefit of the Hardin. Yep, 4 fouls for Be-About now with 1 minute 38 seconds. Be-About's really good offensive, runs the offense well for the JV. Good penetration, good look, good hustle, good hands on defense. So I'd say we're going to leave him in the game for this last minute and 34 seconds. Nope, no good on the free throw. Be-About brings the ball down. He gets called for traveling. He had the ball in his left hand, was getting ready to do a little shuttle pass underneath the Fricker, I believe it was, and who was open, but the hole closed and he just couldn't get it back to a dribble position and was called for carrying the ball. Be-About pressuring the ball in the backcourt. Be-About on Acree. Two probably of the better ball handlers and offensive players on the court today, this game. Acree again, guarded by Be-About. Acree screened off, or Be-About screened off Acree. Acree passes inside, into right. He's nowhere to go. Brings it back out, clears the three-point line, looks inside to 22. Evan Smithson didn't have anywhere to go, so he had to kick it back out, and we have a timeout. I may have missed the Hardin County's big guy, Cullum, out of the game. And I believe Golan's 45 in the game for him. 53 seconds left to play. Now Chris Watson, the freshman coach, kicking in and helping support Roger Webb on how important it is to take care of the ball in this, especially with the lead in this kind of time. Be shooting a few fouls. We are at 18 fouls for Hardin County, so we expect them maybe to try to be stopping the play, hoping for some misses and some quick conversions, but with 37 seconds left, it's going to be tough. Daniel Dahmer, first attempt missed, second on the bonus. Rims off left, out of back. Oh, saved by Hardin County from going out of bounds. Transitioning quick down the court for Hardin County's Dahmer. Back out front to Nick Austin. Hardin County setting some up. Probably trying to want to convert at least maybe a 3-point here to try to have a chance at the, and it rims out. Six seconds left. Vienna's going to hold the ball, let this quarter expire, and celebrate first victory of the season and the first game of the season, thankfully played. And we're going to have some interviews for you here at halftime and try to set up the next game. We'll get switched over to some different headsets and introduce our play-by-play. sportscaster and try to get you a little better organized players, information, and numbers and stats for you the second half or the half of the first. Thank you.
One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? This is okay?
Yeah.
On three. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Is that what you
And good evening, everybody, from Vienna High School. I'm Ron Ellis. Danny Field will be along by here in just a little bit, and we've got Vienna Eagle basketball here this evening. As you heard Danny say just a little bit ago, the Vienna Eagles defeated the Hardin County Cougars 53-42. And tonight's varsity game will be starting here in just about 8 minutes. I'll tell you what, it's the darndest thing I've ever seen in a basketball gym. I counted before I asked the athletic director, David Hill, how they determined who was going to be in here, because there was 36 people in here sitting at the beginning of the JV game, and they said that it was parents. And then you've got the workers, the announcers, the video people, and we hope you enjoy watching this. Say hi to everybody out at in the cafeteria area, and I understand the pep club and some cheerleaders are out there. Thanks for tuning in and being here on campus. We sure do miss you in here in the gymnasium. It looks barren, but we're going to have basketball here in the great state of Illinois, and it is nice to be able to play. It's a shame we won't have any state tournament games at the end of this 6-week period of time, and we're running about a half a season is what normally would be. But tonight's games, as Dan gets over here in just a moment, the Hardin County Cougars come in here. Their head coach is Rodney Lane, and their starting lineup will go like this. A senior, a 6'1" forward, number 10 is Kaylin Banks. Also starting is a 5'11" guard, a junior, number 11 is Ben Vaughn. A 6'1" forward, a junior, number 24 is Jake Vaughn. Ben Vaughn and Jake Vaughn are first cousins, I was told. The fourth starter for the Hardin County Cougars is a 6-foot guard, a junior, number 25, Gavin Smith. And the last starter, a 6'2" freshman, a forward, number 34, Levi Snyder. The Eagles will start tonight with Charlie King. He's number 2. He's a sophomore. Dawson Hill is number 3. He's a junior. Hill is a guard. King is a forward. Owen Treat is a freshman. He's number 12. He's a guard. Skylar Blankenship, number 25, a junior. He's a forward. And Buddy Clay, a freshman, number 44, is the center for the Vienna Eagles. Their head coach, first-year coach, his first game as a Vienna Eagle, been a long-time coach, is Steve Dreyer. And assistant coach is Roger Webb, and the assistant is Chris Watson. Our officials for tonight's game. An older gentleman, and I do mean older, he was refereeing back when I was in high school, way back when I graduated in '76. Preston Brewer was a staple official throughout Southern Illinois and Western Kentucky, and Preston's still refereeing here 46 years later. And Preston Brewer will be here tonight. Mike Eastwood and Adam Locke, a very veteran crew, and we've been joined by Dan Fields. Dan, this is going to be a different setting here tonight, and it's going to be interesting. You come out and you see players wearing masks, running up and down the floor. I'll be quite honest with you, bud. There's no way in the world I could have run up and down the floor 46 years ago without a mask, with a mask on. I don't think I would have liked it.
Ron, I had to take my mask off halfway to the restroom just now, just so. I don't know how they're doing it. And it's something to see Preston Brewer. You spoke of him and his vast experience, seeing him in a mask, and the three officials. He's even sporting the referee black gloves, and that's unique.
Some officials, I can understand why they would want to wear a mask. They'd be incognito. But we won't go down that road. We won't chase that rabbit. We're about 3.5 minutes away from the start of tonight's game, and right when they get ready to start, they're going to have a little thing they're going to say about John Simmons, the mayor of Vienna. He's been mayor for the last, I believe, 10 years. And but I've known John Good Gravy for a long time auctioneer. And my grandfather and John used to have things together, and my grandfather was Ed Simmons, and he passed away back in 1985 in June. So, but John was a staple here in the Vienna area and actually all over Southern Illinois, because with his auction business, I don't think him and his wife, they weren't afraid of anywhere to go. They had a lot of fun. Jay's here tonight, and longtime worker for John.
I believe his title is Chief of Security.
Chief of Security?
Mayor of Vienna.
I could see where John would need that sometimes. But your thoughts coming into tonight, a new season, quite frankly, a season that I didn't think would happen. If I'd have been a betting man, I'd have bet against it and lost a lot of money.
Yeah, well,
glad I didn't bet.
I've been a little substitute at the high school and spoke with the boys, and every time you just see their head shake. They didn't think they were going to get to play ball this year, Ron, and the enthusiasm to be able to play now is just beyond words. I know that it's been on everybody's hearts, and in this part of the country, I'd say even their prayers. You know, it sounds like a small thing to be having your prayer request line, but nothing's too small for this kind of thing to come to fruit and spread joy, and then to keep the family, you know, excited and happy. And it's just been a tough time for everyone, and what an outlet this will be.
It really is, and what I'm glad for is the seniors. I know a lot of people that, I actually know quite a few people that have moved to Missouri and they're playing ball down in Missouri. I know a couple that's moved to Kentucky, but the ones that have stayed here and stuck it out, I'm really glad for them that they have the opportunity to play here tonight.
Yeah. One name you may not hear tonight, I don't know how many of the viewers, listeners may be aware of, but Lane Ross, the senior guard that was outstanding in multi-sports, is not playing tonight or playing basketball this year, is what I understood just before the game.
How come?
I think they said he was going to concentrate on his baseball, but I can't verify that. I just asked a couple people real quick when I noticed he wasn't on the floor.
Well, I know I can understand the way seasons are going to overlap, and the football season is really going to overlap. I know there's some schools that are going to eliminate the last week of school because they have a lot of kids that play two sports, and you can't play football until you're finished with basketball. So I know El Laredo is going to kick off. They're going to eliminate the last week. I'm pretty sure Harrisburg will do the same thing. And, you know, it's a shame that the football season is literally only going to be 6 weeks long with no playoffs for any basketball, no playoffs for football, for volleyball. And what I don't understand is how you can have no playoffs for these mid-level sports, but you have playoffs for cheerleaders, and I'm glad that they are. But it doesn't make...
And your Vienna Eagles. At this time, we would like to ask everybody to please rise as we honor the memory of Mr. John Simmons. John was a true Eagle through and through. There is a customary little spot over there where he was at every basketball game. He was at every sporting event at Vienna High School. He's a member of the BHS Athletic Hall of Fame Committee, a former athlete here at Vienna High School, and also served as our mayor in this fine community. At this time, Superintendent Josh Stafford would like to lead us in a prayer in his honor.
If you'll pray with me. Father, we come to you, Lord. Thank you so much for John and the time that you allowed us to spend with him. Much of that time here in this gym, gathered as a community, Lord, we praise you for that blessing. We just pray for John's family tonight as they mourn his loss, and also for this community. And Father, we praise you for his enthusiasm to support young people in our community. We do just pray that you be with his family as they move forward, guide them and direct them, bless them, draw them near to thee. We pray these things in the name of Jesus Christ, our King. Amen. I would certainly just add, Mayor Simmons was a fixture in this gym, as many of you know, for years there at the center line, and he will be missed. We appreciate all of his service, not only to the school system, but the community and even his country as he served in that capacity as well. So appreciate the opportunity to honor his memories. Mr. Fong.
Thank you. If you'll stay on your feet, we will honor the country with the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet the players for this evening's game. First, for the visitors from Hardin County, a senior, number 10, Kaylin Banks. A junior, number 11, Ben Vaughn. A junior, number 25, Gavin Smith. A junior, number 24, Jake Vaughn. And a freshman, number 34, Levi Schneider. The Cougars are coached by Mr. Rodney Lane. Rise up, fans. Let's introduce your Vienna Eagles. Sophomore, number 2, Charlie King. Junior, number 3, Dawson Hill. A freshman, number 12, Owen Shreve. A junior, number 25, Skylar Blankenship. And a freshman, number 44, Buddy Clay. Eagles are coached Mr. Steve Dreer, assisted by Roger Webb and Chris Watson. Tonight's officials, Preston Brewer, Mike Eastwood, and Adam Locke.
In the what we used to call the girls' gym. I don't know, what do they call that today?
The other gym.
The other gym. Okay. So that's where everything used to happen here before this gym was built in '68.
And the school has been able to do a live feed or a group viewing, if you would, of this live stream in the Commons area, accommodate I think up to 50 students as well. So that's why you don't see as many in the actual gym itself.
Hope everybody enjoys listening. Starting a little bit later this week, we're going to have sponsors for the broadcast, and we'll be talking about them as we go along. But it'll be a nice production. We hope you enjoy the season, because we'll have we're going to have some really great sponsors to help pull all this together, and I'll get the name from all the people helping with the broadcast here. We have quite a team with 4 different camera angles, so we hope you enjoy it. And here we go. We're at center court. Vienna going from your left to right.
They're getting ready to have a jump ball, but I believe the new rule said it's a visiting team will pick the ball out of bounds And that's what they're doing. Preston Brewer picked it up right away, blew the whistle. We're going to take the ball out of bounds from the
No
sideline.
opening tip. Well, inbounding the ball then will be Ben Vaughn for the Cougars at center court. Mr. Locke hands him the ball, and they inbound the ball. Back over to Ben. Ben has it in the left corner. Brings it out on top to Jake Vaughn. Jake Vaughn still with the dribble, goes right wing. They kick it back out on top over to Gavin Smith. Smith in the right corner, down on the baseline. Oh, nice 10-foot jumper by Jake Vaughn is no good, and the rebound comes out to Kalen Banks. Banks, they whip it around the exterior. Back left side, three-pointer by Smith is good. Gavin Smith drains a three and gives the Cougars a quick 3-0 lead. We played 36 seconds, and we have a blocking foul going hard the other way. Eagles running the floor, going hard to the basket was Blankenship. He picks up a blanking foul, and number 34, Levi Snyder, with the first foul of the game. To the free throw line goes Blankenship, the junior. Right-hander's free throw is good on the count of the basket. I didn't see that. And it's 3-3, our first tie of the game. Out on top with the ball is Banks. Banks into the right corner. Brings it out on top over to Smith. Gavin gets it on the, they throw it away, and here come the Eagles. Into the front court with the dribble is King. King slows it up at the right wing, out in the right flat to Blankenship. Skip pass, three-point attempt is off the back of the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound, comes down in the low block, over to Clay, and Clay off the glass and in. And then Vienna has their first lead of the game at 5-3. 6:40 to go here in the first quarter. Half-court press and driving down. Oh, nice pass in the low block. Shot up was no good, and we have a tie-up. That was Levi Snyder with the shot in the low block. He left it short, and he was tied up on the alternate possession. It'll go to Vienna. 6:30 to go here in the first quarter. Into the front court with the dribble is Hill, Dawson Hill. Picks up the dribble, gets it down to Clay. Clay works on the baseline. 10-footers, no good, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line, and this should go against Levi Snyder. If it is, that'll be his second.
Ron, I noticed Buddy Guy. I want to call him Buddy Guy rather than Buddy Clay, being a Blues fan I am. But he, in the first in that JV game, 10 points in limited play. He's strong underneath.
His first free throw is good, and it's a 6-3 lead as it's a 6-0 run by the Eagles. I enjoy watching the Blues. Got to go to the opening game this year.
Yeah.
Second free throw is also good, 7-3. It's a one-man press by Hill. Little push off by Ben Vaughn on the right side, give and go. Little shuffle of the feet, no call. Out on top, over to Gavin. Long three-pointer off the back of the rim, fight for it, rebound. Comes out of there to Blankenship. Blankenship quickly over to King into the front court. Back out on top, Hill has it, left side, over to Treat. And who got that basket, bud?
Skylar Blankenship, little 7-footer.
9-3. Ball's knocked loose and going to go out of bounds, they say, off of Vienna.
Dawson Hill, I believe, touched it. It was good hustle to even get a hand on that ball.
Inbounding the ball is Gavin Smith. Out on top, over to Banks. Banks between the circles, goes right side to Smith. Back to Banks, left side, over to Snyder. Snyder back out on top to Banks, dribbling on the right side. They dump it on the back. Oh, nice give and go. And a block by Blankenship. Blankenship comes all the way down. Oh, nice defensive play. And into the paint to King. Kicks it back out on top. Hill falls down, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Hill. First turnover of the game.
Both teams having a freshman starter this year, Ron. Be interesting to watch their play.
As they mature, and Blankenship's going to pick up the foul. He didn't move his feet.
He blocked the shot, but I guess they called him for some.
No, they called that on 44, Clay.
Oh.
Buddy Clay picks up the foul. I didn't even see him in there. He must have been in the fray. First free throw by Banks is good, and that breaks a 9-0 run by the Eagles. 5:08 to go here in quarter number 1. Banks' second free throw rims out of there. Rebound comes out to the Eagles. Quickly into the front court to Hill. All the way down. Blankenship is going to be fouled by Snyder, and Snyder's going to pick up his 3rd foul. Wow.
Less than 3 minutes.
He may get a long extended visit on the bench. Oh, they say that's his 2nd foul?
I had 3.
And we don't get a chance to see who it's not on the other side of the board. First free throw is no good. Remains 9-4. Blankenship's 2nd free throw from the junior. Right-handers on the way. Nothing but the bottom of the net. It's 10-4.
They do show 3 team fouls, Ron, on the scoreboard. And
that's got to be his 3rd.
Yeah.
And then we have a walking call. And now, and there's going to be a question here. I know they're going to be talking about that. There's got to be 3 on Skyler.
This is going to be an official's timeout. This is one of the
yeah. One of the new rules. There's an extended timeout after 3 minutes.
First dead ball, isn't it, after?
Yep. I don't know if it's a first dead ball.
Well, first dead ball after 3 minutes.
After 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I think Preston Buer's making some clarification here. I
thought it was after 4 minutes.
Well, actually, I was going to say 5. But I do have those rules here printed off for our viewing pleasure, buried somewhere in this stack.
Well, we're trying to sort everything out. It's going to be a learning experience, as my partner at the radio station said. You have to be fluid. And this is one of those years that you're really going to have to be fluid.
And we appreciate you at home bearing with us as we try to wade through some of this and explain it to you as well.
So Buddy Clay comes out, and Mason
number 11.
Treat. Who came in for him? 3-12.
Mason Kelly, looks like. Is that number 11? Oh, Curley, I'm sorry.
Mason Curley is in there. Blankenship double teamed on the baseline. Out on top, over to Hill. Hill, left side. Runner off the glass is good, and that's by King. Charlie King makes it 12-4. Hill, a one-person press. They get it in out on top, over to Vaughn. Jake Vaughn out on top to Banks. Banks between the circles, comes left side, 4:25 to go here in quarter number 1. It's 12-4 Eagles. Banks has it out on top. It's a 1-2-2 zone by the Eagles. Long 3 put up is short, no good. Rebound comes down to the Eagles, and then almost, it is stolen. Nice play.
By 25, Hardin County, Gavin Smith.
We have a foul, and this will go against number 11, Dawson Hill.
Yeah, that was an excellent save by Gavin Smith for Hardin County there. I was already getting ready to call that one in the bleachers.
Charlie King with that foul.
Charlie King?
Yep.
First.
First free throw is good, and that is Kalen Banks. 12-5 is the score. Second free throw is also good. 12-6. Into the front court comes Blankenship. Blankenship out on top into the left corner. Down on the baseline to Curley. Out on top, over to Hill. Blankenship for 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound ripped out of there by Dawson Hill. And they promptly throw it away. Into the front court. That's the 3rd turnover on Vienna. They get it down to Skyler. Skyler had the ball knocked away from him. Into the corner, 3-pointer is no good. Rebound comes out of there to Quentin Myers. Myers down to Blankenship, and he walks. Oh, they're going to say a foul on the floor.
Impressive, talking about the freshman play, to see Owen Treat there with that, how quickly he got that ball in his hand and down court for that break to occur even.
Mason Curley picks up the foul. That's his first non-shooting foul. Or, no, that wasn't Curley. That was 11 for them, was Ben Vaughn. And the basket by number 2, Charlie King, his second basket, makes it 14-6. Into the front court. They throw it. Is it tipped? They say it's off of Vienna. King goes out for the Eagles. And it will be Banks inbounding the ball. Gets it into Ben Vaughn. Long three by Banks is no good. Blankenship battles it around. He comes out there with a rebound. Blankenship into the front court. Down on the right baseline. Baseline jumpers, no good. And we have a whistle and a foul. He'll go to the line for 2. And this may go against Kalen Banks. Nope, number 25, Gavin Smith, his first. 3:02 to go here in quarter number 1. Blankenship's free throw is good. And Vienna hitting a very good free throw percentage here in the first quarter. They've missed 1 so far. Second free throw is good as it rolls around and in. 16-6, largest lead of the game. And now we have a timeout by Hardin County. It'll be a 20. So some of our sponsors, the way this is going to work, they're each going to get 2 30-second commercials during the game. And found out that we're going to be able to put their logos in there. That's going to really be nice. And some of our sponsors that we're going to have are the Trevelyan Farms with Danny, Susie, Joel, and Judd Trevelyan. Vince's DJ show from Vince Halford. Randy Golson from LPL Financial. Rusty's Home Center here in Vienna. And he's going to be opening up a new one. If everything goes right, hopefully, he told me in April, they'll be opening the one up in Goreville, so they'll have another one here in Johnson County. I've known Rusty for a long time. Good guy. All right, Hardin County has the ball into the paint. On the runner, Jake Vaughn into the corner. Shot up is short, no good. Fights for the rebound. Blankenship, another rebound. He's been a Zamboni machine. Oh, what a nice pass. And a shot up and in by Sean Acree, as the ball never touched the floor after Blankenship gave it up. 18-6. Ball stolen away. That's stolen by Treat. Treat gets it out on top over to Hill. Hill back out on top over to Acree. Hill for 3, no good, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound, and this is going to go against.
I believe Blankenship was over the back, Ron, on that one. He tried to.
That'll be his first. That's should be the 4th team foul I have for Vienna. Nope, just 3. I got somebody extra then. Shot up from the left elbows, no good. Blankenship with another board. He gets it out over to Acree. Acree picks up the dribble, out on top to Hill. Hill into the left corner to Curley. Shot up and in, and that is by Acree. And another timeout by Hardin County as Vienna has opened up a 20-6 lead here with 2:01 to go in the first quarter. And you can tell the depth that Vienna has is starting to show.
Yeah, I was impressed with Acree and Buddy Clay in that JV game. By the way, the JV game final was Vienna 53, Hardin County 42. Even in their limited play, they looked like they had their legs and seen the court well, and I was impressed with Buddy's ability to post up and to hold his own and more in the paint.
Just got a thing from the Blues that I am a big fan of the Blues. We've had season tickets for about 10 years, and Falk just hit a wrister and they lead the Coyotes 2-1, and that's in period number 2. Here, it's 20-6 with 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes and 1 second actually, in the first quarter, and Vienna has opened up a 20-6 lead over the Cougars. Banks has the ball, bounces it into the front court. Skip pass back over to Banks on the left side. Now it's a 1-2-2 zone by Vienna. Ball's knocked loose on the ground, stolen away. Another turnover on the Cougars, and then stolen back on a bad pass. And that's double dribble, but no call. Into the front court with it for Hardin County. He slips, falls to the ground, and gets it out on top to Banks.
And gets his mask back on. Nice play on. First time I ever commented on how well.
Morgan, long three off the front of the rim, no good. Fights for the rebound, comes out there to Snyder, and Snyder is fouled. Or no, that's 24. Jake Vaughn, I'm sorry. Jake Vaughn with the rebound, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Fouls on John Green for Vienna in the game. For Blankenship, it looks like.
And the first free throw by Jake is no good. 20-6 is the score. $1:25 to go here in quarter number 1. Second free throw by Jake. Rims out of there. Rebound comes out there to the Eagles. And that was Treat with the rebound. They try to force it inside. And we have a charge, and this will go against number 33, John Green. That'll be his second.
2 quick ones.
Dropped his shoulder, and a good charge. He held his ground. And then coming back in is Skyler?
34 for Hardin County.
He's going to have to be careful.
Levi Snyder with 3 fouls.
Kalen Banks with the ball brings it into the front court, and he is promptly fouled by Mason Curley on a reach in. That'll be Curley's first. That's where I had the extra foul. And right in front of us, Gavin Smith, the 6-foot junior guard, inbounds the ball. And right through the hands of Jake Vaughn. That is the 6th turnover I have. Very unofficial. Into the front court. Vienna with the ball. Hill has it. Left side over to Curley. Oh, good ball movement by the Eagles. And then a little 5-foot floater by Hill is good. And it's 22-6 into the front court. Going all the way down. Nice follow. No good. Fight for the rebound. And we have a drag down, no foul called, and they're going to say it's Blues ball.
Kalen Banks had made a really nice drive to the bucket then, and just one inch away from being an outstanding play. But when you didn't finish and go through the rim, you don't ever hear it. But he really made that look good.
Long three put up by Ben Vaughn's good. 22-9 as Vaughn hits a 3-pointer into the front court. We have some more people in here. Oh boy, we're going to be Nelson Bundren. And we have a turnover on the Eagles. That'll be their 4th. Full court pressure now by Vienna. And we have all new guys in there. Samuel Wright is a freshman. He's in there. We'll try to get everybody for you. And down into the front court, lays it up and in, and that is Vaughn. 11 is Ben Vaughn. Quickly coming the other way for the Eagles is number 21, Micah Harris. Out on top, that's Nelson Bundren with the ball. Into the paint, ball's knocked loose and stolen, and this is going to be a breakaway at the buzzer. No good, short off the turnover. And we've played 8 minutes. 22-11 is our score after 1 quarter. And we'll total things up here. Hardin County, why Danny totals it up real quick, hit a 3-pointer to start the game. Then it was a 9-0 run by the Vienna Eagles to open up a 9-3 lead, and a lead that they've never relinquished. 22-9. The biggest lead was 22-6. 16-point lead by the Eagles, and then that three-pointer right before the end of the buzzer cut it to 22-9. And you got some individual totals, Bud?
Yeah, we got for Vienna, we have Skylar Blankenship with 8 points, leading the Eagles. Have two from Hill, 4 from Acre, and some limited play. And Buddy Clay, 4 points. And Charlie King with, I believe, 3 free throws.
3 of 6 was Hardin County from the free throw line. Vienna was 7 of 8 from the free throw line. And we'll see if we can come out with everybody. Let's see, we got 24 is Sean Acre for Vienna. Number 12 is Owen Treat. 33 right here in front of us, John Green. Number 3 is Dawson Hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so Hardin County has the ball to start. Into the front court. Right in front of us is number 24, Jake Vaughn. Vaughn goes left side. Little push off, shake and bake move. Nice defense.
Nice move
and then a
there.
nice drive to the hole. Finger roll is good by Vaughn as he schools Mason Curley on that drive. Quickly coming the other way and thrown away. Turnover goes against Sean Acre. That's Vienna 6. That was a nice shake and bake move. Drive to the hole.
Yes, it was.
Into the front court.
I love Michael Jordan, the turn away and come back, wasn't it?
Ben Vaughn gets it over to Banks, and Kalen Banks banks it off the glass. He'll go to the line for 1.
And that time he finished.
Yes, he did, with a nice authority to the hole. 22-13. And he goes to the free throw line. 29 seconds here in the second quarter gone, and it's a quick 5-0 run by the Cougars. Into the front court. Hill has it. Hill gets it out on top. Ball's knocked loose and stolen away.
Banks again.
Banks has it, takes it down, lays it up, and good. 22-16, and I wonder how long. Oh yeah, we got some subs coming in here after the next whistle. Left side to Curley, down to Treat. Treat kicks it back out on top, over to Acre in the right corner. Into the paint, a little 6-footer by Treat is good, and it's 24-16.
First 2 points for the high school as a freshman.
Is it really? Falling down, it's turnover. Here come the Eagles. All the way down, Green takes it to the hole, and he goes down hard. And this will be a foul on the Cougars.
Number 10, Banks, I believe.
That's his first, his first. And to the free throw line to shoot 2 will be John Green. 6:44 to go here in quarter number 2. First free throw is rims out of there, no good. Dan, how have they been able to practice for a period of time, or was it just was it organized, or just were they practiced on their own? Well, I know for the last 7 days, but before that, what were they able to do? Any idea?
I do believe they was able to have some open gym work and some conditioning, but there couldn't be much contact according to the IHSA and the public health direction.
I know there was a lot of teams playing AAU ball.
Oh, I'm sure.
Out on top, wow, I thought he was going to try to dunk it. I was ready for it. Banks gets it in, free throw line. Oh, quick ball movement by Hardin County. A little 6-footer's good, little runner.
Over, nice.
And that was by 24, Jake Vaughn. 25-18. And it's stolen away. Here comes Hardin County quickly with the basketball. All the way into the paint. Kicks it down. Oh, nice pass on the low block. Up and in by Ben Vaughn. He'll go to the line for 1 as the basket will count. And all of a sudden, it's back to 25-20. An 11-3 run by the Cougars. And Vienna wants a timeout with 6:03 to go here in quarter number 2. And quarter 1, after the initial basket by Hardin County on that three-pointer, was all Vienna predominantly, and this second quarter has been a complete reversal.
It sure has.
Hardin County has come out to play. Vienna
and I think
took the dogs off there a little bit and put a lot of lower-level players in, and Hardin County, quite frankly, took advantage of it.
Yep, and I don't want to discount the fact that they had some really good-looking ball movement. Some of the passes and the movement of that ball was the last 2 times down the court at least.
The last 2 possessions, the ball movement has been quick and crisp by Hardin County. And to the free throw line. Is that Ben Vaughn? I can't tell from this angle.
Number 11.
Is it 11?
Ben Vaughn, that's correct.
I wasn't 100% sure because I couldn't tell from the angle, and the free throw is no good. Hardin County gets the rebound. It's going to go off of Vienna, and they can turn this into a 4-point play. 25-22 with 6 minutes. It's a 13-3 run in 2 minutes. Long three by Vaughn off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound comes out of there to Curley. Curley gets it out on top, over to King. They whip it to the left side, back to King, top of the key. They try to dump it into Buddy Clay, and he throws the ball away. 9 turnovers on the Eagles, all the way down, off the glass and in. Colin Banks makes it 25-24. 5:30 to go here in the first half. Right side over to King. King being pressured, gets it left side over to Acree. Into the paint to Treat. Treat backs it out beyond the three-point arc. Right side over to King. King gets it inside over to Buddy Clay, and Clay uses his body to his advantage, picks up the loose ball and banks it off the glass and in. Breaks a long run by Hardin County. It's 27-24 with the basketball. Now, they try the alley-oop again. This one has worked perfectly. And that was number 11, Ben Vaughn. Stolen away by Banks. Banks, shake and bake move, kicks it back out on the right side. Over to Smith. Smith out on top, over to Vaughn. Jake Vaughn's three-pointer, no good, and here they come the other way. 27-26 is the score. Vienna with a 1-point lead in the ball. Down to Clay. Clay off the glove. Blocked away. That was blocked by Hardin County, and that was Banks with the block. Into the front court. Jake Vaughn has it. Vaughn, top of the key, goes left side over to Schuyler. Snyder. Levi Snyder. Long three by Banks is good! Colin Banks drains a three, and it's 29-27. Our second lead change of the game. Hardin County has come roaring back to take the lead. Right side over to King. King is fouled on the floor, and this, by the reaction, will go against number 25, Gavin Smith. It is, and I have him for 2.
2 fouls, correct.
4 minutes exactly to go, and it's a non-shooting foul. No, it will be a 1-and-1. That's the 7th foul on Hardin County, but Hardin County has had a whale of a second quarter.
And I may have got a number wrong here in a column, but I believe that we can credit Banks with about 9 points of that run.
Free throw is good, 29-28. We've had 1 tie, and we've had 2 lead changes. This free throw can make it the second tie, and he does. 29-29. And timeout called by, I think this is the normal timeout. Give everybody, this is the extra blow timeout. Give them a break. So we'll take a look here. Yeah, Hardin County's had a 7-0 run, and then they've had a an 8-0 run. So they've had 2 runs, 8-0 and 7-0, 2 runs. That's some nice runs in a quarter. And we've still got 4 minutes to go. That's all happened in just 4 minutes, folks. Hardin County with the basketball, and they have a tied score, 29-29. Skylar Levi Snyder inbounds it over to Banks, brings it across the half line, comes to the left side, into the corner, back to Banks, long 3, wide open, it's good!
That's another one.
Drains another one, it's 32-29. Quickly into the front court with the basketball, comes Hill. Hill, still with the dribble, gets it out on top, over to Acree. Acree from the left elbow, shot up is no good by Vienna, ripped out of there by Snyder. Snyder gets it on the right side, and there's a walk. That's a walk before the charge. Yep, that's the correct call. He walked before he charged, and that was a good walk for him.
Yep. Saved him a foul in the long run.
Of the one people for Hardin County, he could ill afford another foul. King with the ball, gets it over to Curley. Or no, that's Treat. Back over to King, and King throws the ball away. Vienna being very sloppy with the basketball. That was Hill, rather, not King, I'm sorry. Dawson Hill with that turnover, and that's their 10th. Vienna has had 6 turnovers this quarter. Long 3 is good, and that is 25 as Gavin Smith. 35-29. And it's stolen away again. Here come the Cougars. Left side. High off the glass, no good. Rebound, can't be controlled, and it comes down to Vienna. Quickly into the front court street. Down to Blankenship, lays it up and in. 35-31. Cougars with the ball. Banks being hounded out on top. Turns, spins, falls to the ground, and it's over to Snyder. He lays it up, no good. Blankenship with the rebound. Long outlet over to Acree. Acree has trouble with it. Bodies all over the place, and now we're going to have a foul, and this will go against whom?
24, I believe, Jake Bond, but we'll see. And Acree's down.
Acree's down, and he's holding his knee.
Looks like maybe his calf, but it's hard to tell at this point. He's up.
It might be a cramp. Hopefully it is.
24 is the foul on
I think it is a cramp.
They're showing him with 2 fouls. I only had him with 1, so that may explain my discrepancy on team fouls. Acree's going to leave the game in number 52. Is that right?
I can't tell if it's
right.
Yeah, it is a cramp. They're holding the leg up and pointing the toes back. Been there. Ugh. That's not any fun. More potassium.
Banana.
But yeah, I'll tell you what, you eat a lot of bananas, really. Free throws, no good, and it's loose. Hardin County comes out of there with it. Into the front court with the dribble. Banks has it, top of the key. Shake and bake move to the right, turns, spins, and the ball is stripped away, and they're going to call 52, Samuel Wright with the foul.
Just came into the game.
That'll be his first. 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go, and Hardin County has a 35-31 lead. Hardin County has had 3 very nice runs here. They've had a 7-0 run, an 8-0 run, and a 6-0 run. Free throw is good by Banks. 36-31. Banks' second free throw is up, and it is good. 37-31. Hardin County with the lead. Vienna with the ball. Into the front court comes Hill. Into the left corner. Drive to the blocked from behind, and comes down over to Wright, and Wright's baseline jumper is good. Or no, that was number 2, King. 33-37, Hardin County. Out on top with the ball is Gavin Smith. Smith, left side, over to Banks on the left wing. It's a 2-3 zone. Banks, 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound comes out of there to King.
So
King
he
gets it
can
up to
miss.
Blankenship. Hard
Nice
shot, no
finish.
good, and a nice follow by Treat is good. 37-35. They get it in. Quick move to the hole by Ben Vaughn, and he's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. 25 White with the foul. That's Skylar Blankenship. That's his second. And Coach Steve Dreyer is going to do a little coaching over there with Charlie King. First free throw is good by Ben Vaughn. Banks and Vaughn have had a heck of a game.
Yes, they have. His second quarter especially.
38-35, 39-35 as he hits both free throws. How many points does that young kid got?
I may have transposed the number two between the two of them. I have 6, 8, 10, 23 points between the two of them in the second quarter alone.
That charge on Dawson Hill, and he was a little bit out of control as he was trying to drive the baseline. Instead of being content to stop and take the 5-footer, he had to try to take it to the hole, and he got picked up for the charge. And that'll be his first foul of the game. Blankenship comes out. Coming back in the game is Owen Treat. And the ball stolen away, up and in.
And 25 for Gavin Smith's down for Hardin County at the top of their key on that inbounds play when the steal occurred.
And I don't know if his foot slid out from underneath of him. He's got a gimpy right knee. He's got a brace on. But he's going to stay in the game off the turnover. 39-37. Banks brings the ball into the front court. We're under a minute to go here in the first half. Skip pass left side and almost stolen away. Out on top with the ball is Banks. Banks double teamed, left corner, shot up is good from the left corner, Gavin Smith, and it's 42-37, 5-point Hardin County lead. Right side, over to Hill. Long corner shot this way is good, and that is by Charlie King. King answers a 3 for a 3, and it's 42-40. Quickly into the front court. Ben Vaughn walks, no call. Reverse layup is good. That's a nice one, and that was by is that Levi Snyder? No,
yeah,
20.
Jake Vaughn.
Jake Vaughn. No, it is 34.
It's 34. Yeah.
Snyder. 44-40. 8 seconds to go. Vienna wants one shot, trailing by 4. With the ball is Treat. At the buzzer, no good. It was after the buzzer, and that shot was a little late by King, and that's how the first half comes to a close, 44-40.
What a difference a quarter can make, huh?
Isn't it, though? So 18 points scored by the Vienna Eagles and 35 points scored by the Hardin County Cougars. We got 10 minutes on the clock. We're going to be quiet here just a second as we total everything up. And if we had some music, we'd play it for you. Oh, you got some? All right, play a song. Sandman, Metallica. Do you take requests? I wish we could hear it. Okay. All right. I'm Ron Ellis, and we've been joined by Athletic Director David Hill. And Dave, interesting. This has had to be one wild last week. Probably one of the craziest weeks you've ever seen.
Well, I mean, Ron, in the last 10 or 11 months we've had, it's pretty par for the course. It changes. It changes every week what you're trying to do, and it was really nice to have, a good 5 days to throw all this together.
Trust me, I understand. We trying to get with the sponsors and everything to do everything that we always do. Usually we plan at least a month to 6 weeks.
Well, I mean, you and I have been talking since September, October, and trying to put all this together. And
we never dreamed it would happen, really.
Yeah. Well, I was probably a little more optimistic than you were because I'm still a little bit younger than you. But we're just tickled to have a chance to be out here. It ain't the greatest thing in the world that we've done, and we're going to make a lot of improvements. But I'd say for 5 days, and I mean, you were here with me last night till 9 o'clock. We sat in here and trying to get all this stuff put together. So for 4 or 5 hours worth of work, I'm hearing nothing but good things all over the place. I appreciate WIBH and you guys at the radio coming over here and doing this for us, and having the legend here himself. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Oh, you're funny. Only because my grandson says I'm a dinosaur.
Well, he likes to tell it the way it is, Ron. That's all I can say.
I'll tell you what, it's really nice. It's strange to see a few fans in here. I think it's really neat what you guys have accomplished with in the what I call the North Gym. It used to be the girls' gym.
Oh yeah.
And but having the fans down there and the cheerleaders and the pep club to have a semblance of a home court is really nice. I think.
Oh yeah,
what you guys have done as a package is really nice.
Kids. This is my shout out for those up in the commons area kicking it. We're gonna need to hear you. We can't hear you down here in the gym, so you're gonna have to make a little more noise.
You're gonna have to open the doors. Well, what would be cool? How about putting a mic system and a couple of speakers in where they come in?
There we go. Pump in some crowd. There you go. There's plenty of noise up there. I've ate lunch up there a few times.
We get Vince Holford in here and have him put some speakers in there.
Absolutely. I'd love to have Vince in here.
It's interesting. You have a new coach come in, both with the boys and the girls, and then you have the COVID situation hit, and it's really difficult. How difficult has it been to keep the morale of the kids and the players especially up? Because it's been to say that this has been a roller coaster year is a gross understatement.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that's one of the things that, in looking at this from when it all got started last year in March and carrying it through the loss of the season, I mean, it's one thing to lose the season from the get-go and kind of know, and we did a little bit of that back in the spring with baseball, as we kind of thought we'd get back and we didn't know what we were getting into, and then losing out in the fall and then kicking that back 3 or 4 months right off the bat, and then basketball kind of going to start, maybe we're going to start, yeah, we're going to start, and then we're not, and we're waiting. So this is the hardest part, is waiting. I mean, and I've kind of been saying that it's kind of like if you were a bride waiting to get married, you show up at the church every Friday waiting for, and you never know what's going to happen. And how do you get all your people there and your dress and all those things? That's kind of where we've set ourselves up is we didn't know. And, and here we are. We're at the altar today, and we're happy to be here for sure.
What's interesting, and I'm not asking you to make a comment on this. I don't want to get you in trouble, but I think it's really sad that all of the states around us, from Canada to Mexico, are not just playing. They're having state tournaments. They're having it all the way through the end. Missouri, just to the west of us, is all of their classes are going to be going to Columbia and having the state tournament for basketball, boys and girls. And I'm really disappointed that our kids are not able to do that. I'm glad that they're able to play, especially for our seniors and the lower classes too. I mean, goodness gracious, if you're a freshman and sophomore, that freshman-sophomore year, that's a developmental year. That's really important. And for you to lose that's devastating going forward. But for your seniors, that's really a tough knock.
Yeah, and that's probably been the hardest on them for sure. But I will comment on what you asked me. I'm tickled to death for the kids in Missouri that are getting to do all that. So I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. You can't look at it like what have they got somewhere and we don't have this and that. We've got what we've got. We're going to make the absolute best out of what we have, and that's what we're trying to do here. And that's what we're trying to do with the show we're trying to produce for everybody that's out there. I looked earlier, we had over 240 people viewing there right before the varsity game got started, and I hope we can get that number up. And I think as the word gets out, we'll have more and more people. I mean, this is what we can give them. These kids will be able to go home and watch this broadcast replayed. They'll have it forever, I hope. So they'll be able to see it.
I think it's really cool what you guys have done, and I don't know who did everything, but the cameras that you have, the angles that you have, the technology that you've put together here is really a class act. It's awesome to come in, and I've seen a lot of different schools, and I don't know of a school that has done it the way you guys have. Congratulations.
We definitely benefit. We've got a great administration here, a school board that backs all that stuff, and if we need something for the kids and we need stuff to do this, and here it is, and we've done it. And, we had it all here, and we ordered that stuff Thursday, and here we are with it all. So,
you're doing better than we are. We ordered stuff last week, and we still can't get it here.
Well, I don't guess you've dropped Ron Ellis' name on them enough times yet. That's what I did, and I got my stuff the very next day.
I talked to our postal service today. You'd be amazed at how I had a conversation with them.
You need to be nice to all those people, Ron. They work awful hard. They're having a tough time in all this too.
They do, but when I have a package that's supposed to be overnighted and it sits in the same location for 72 hours, I have a little bit of a tendency to get hot.
Did it say which night it was over, or just over one night? Maybe that's
the problem. I didn't specify which year I wanted it.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate you guys up there in the comments and all you out there watching. We're gonna try to do better. Come back and watch the girls on Thursday.
And we'll get better as we go along.
Absolutely.
As I learn the kids. What was funny, usually I try to learn the kids a little bit, get their numbers, try to memorize a little bit, and I had about, 20 minutes?
Oh, yeah, at least, which in COVID time, it's like dog years. In COVID time, that's a couple hours. I don't know what your excuse is.
My business partner at the radio station keeps telling me, says, Ron, we have to be fluid this year, and it really is, and I understand. I had a fun conversation with Rick Metcalf, and when he was here a few years ago with the boys, we had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to working with him. I had the opportunity to meet Steve tonight for the first time as the head coach for the boys, and I look forward to talking with him after the game. Stick around after the game, by the way, and the coaches will come over. We'll have a coaches show when it's all over with.
Yeah, awesome. I appreciate that.
And it's nice that you have two different coaches, but they're willing to put the programs first. And that's really cool.
Yep.
Congratulations on everything that you've done.
Yep.
And keep up the good work. And I'm sure we'll see each other a lot. As a station, we're doing 79 games in 38 days, and we're doing 34 games here in 38 days. So
we absolutely appreciate everything you're doing. So thanks, Ron.
Thanks for having us along for the ride. Halftime here, it's 44-40 as Hardin County come busting out of the gates in the second quarter with a 35-18 lead. We'll get Danny back in here with the headset. But what's interesting in this first half, it was a half of runs. In the first quarter, Vienna had a 9-0 run and a 10-0 run to open up a 22-6 lead. A three-pointer at the end of the first quarter cut it to 22-9, and then Hardin County started the second quarter on a 7-0 run. Vienna hit a basket, and then Hardin County went out on an 8-0 run, and then Vienna hit a basket again, and Hardin County goes on a 6-0 run. So three big runs by Hardin County in that second quarter gives them a 4-point lead. We'll go over the individual totals here in a few minutes as we start the third quarter. Vienna on our left, they're going from your right to left as you face your radio, and Blankenship has the ball taken away from him, and then it's trying to steal the ball was Jake Vaughn, and it goes off of his foot as he tries to bounce it back in play, and no harm, no turnover for either team. Into the front court with the ball comes Hill. 44-40 Hardin County into the right corner. Hill has it, goes on the left baseline, drives, kicks it back out on top over to King. King into the paint, little floater's good, and it's 44-42. Into the front court with the basketball is Hardin County. To the free throw line. Oh, what a beautiful pass on a finger roll by Jake Vaughn to the basket, up and in, and it's 46-42. That was a great pass. Into the front court quickly comes Hill. Hill goes right side to Blankenship. Blankenship into the right corner, out on top, over to King. King to the left wing, kicks it out on top over to Hill. Hill on the right side to Buddy. That's Buddy Clay. He throws it away, and a breakaway. Banks goes down, lays it up, and scores. Off the breakaway, and it's 48-42. Vienna, that's their 13th turnover of the game. Ball knocked loose again. They get it down to Clay. He puts a shot up, no good. Clay fights for it, gets it back up to the glass and in.
That boy strong inside.
He stayed with it, 48-44. Out on top, little pressure by Hill. Broken easily. They get it across to Ben Vaughn. Vaughn goes right side into the paint. Picks up the dribble. Out on top, long three by Banks is good!
He's dotted tonight.
Kalen Banks drains a three, and it's 51-44. Hardin County's largest lead of the game. On the left side, over to King. King, top of the key, goes right side to Hill. Hill throws it away, and the ball stolen away. Hardin County, that's a block. Oh, wow.
That's Preston there.
Wow, that was one of those 50-50 calls that Rick Metcalf calls. And Coach Rodney Lane is not a happy camper with that particular call. Back-to-back turnovers. And Hardin County wants a timeout. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. How about some halftime stats?
Yes.
Totals, Boy.
The one that stands out the most for Hardin County first, if we would, at half, I had Colin Banks with 18 points. And he's already come back the first, 2 minutes of this second half, has 5 points. So he's up in, 24, 23 already in this game. And somebody's going to have to address his. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 threes that I have here noted. He's followed by Jake Vaughn with 6 at halftime, 8 now since playing the third quarter. Gavin Smith with 6. Levi Snyder with 2. And I'm sorry, Gavin Smith I have with 9. He has drained 3 3-pointers.
He's deadly. Kalen Banks has flat come out to play, the 6'1" senior, and he is the only senior on the team for Hardin County, but he's had a whale of a game. Vienna with the basketball, man-to-man pressure by Hardin County. Out on top of the ball is Hill. They go into the right side to Blankenship on the wing. Ball knocked loose, and come back to get it was Hill. Hill brings it back across the half line. Hardin County man-to-man into the paint. That's Treat has it. Out to Hill. His three's good.
That perimeter shooting is going to have to pick up for Vienna to help, because they've really starting to key in on Blankenship and Clay inside there.
51-47, and a nice drive to the hole by Kalen Banks.
He's showing the whole package tonight, isn't he? Inside, outside.
53-47. Hill has it, picks up the dribble. He gets it right side to Treat. They dump it inside. Another turnover. 15 on the Eagles. Here they come. Hardin County. Oh, nice pass down to Snyder, up and in. And Hardin County just flat beating Vienna back. There's no excuse for that. You should never be beaten back on the defense. Long three from the corner, no good. Hardin County with the rebound. They're running 2-on-1 break. Behind the
back. Look at
off the glass and in.
And that was Banks again showing his assists.
And that was Bebout. Was that Bebout with the
that was just basket? In the game, number 0?
Yeah. Walker Bebout. He's a freshman. And that was almost AKA Larry Bird. 57-47.
The defense have seen enough of Banks, and they wanted to key on him, and when they did, he just kept their heads up and went behind the back to be about for a nice assist.
Hardin County's going to pull the press off.
10-point lead now. Wow, what a turnover.
And do we have a timeout? I guess we do. We do have a timeout. 4:38 to go here in the quarter. I wonder if this is that automatic timeout. I'm not sure. I really don't know because I didn't see anybody
for it. And they're not allowed to be in the huddle and given any instruction. They're spread out and got their mask off, so I'm assuming that it is just that, just a
take a blow
official
timeout.
That's right. I could use one of those right now.
Well, you know, you always had 5 timeouts and a couple of 20s, and I guess they're not doing the 20s this year. They're doing just timeouts. Is that the way it works, or what?
Well,
I really don't know.
Yeah, what the?
I haven't looked it up. I will have to do that. Vienna has the ball from the left corner. Shot up is good.
Gets the bounce.
The bank is open after hours on the bounce. Sean Acree with that 3 makes it 57-50. Long shot put up, no good. Rebound comes out to Vienna quickly into the front court. Comes Curley.
Taken back.
And stolen away again. Another bad pass by the Eagles. Although, what a nice block. Coming back, Owen Treat laid out and got the nice block, didn't hit him, and it went out of bounds off of Treat. 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's a 7-point Hardin County lead.
How often have you seen the first few minutes out of a third quarter determine who's came to play the game?
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. And then he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, so often the first 2 or 3 minutes in a second half just sets the tempo for the rest of the game. And if you've got to get focused quick when you come back out of that locker room.
That's just the second turnover in the half on Hardin County. Rich Herron used to say he wanted to score the first basket of each half. Down deep to Blankenship. Kicks it out in the low block over to Treat, up and in. Blankenship with a nice assist, 57-52. Out on top with the ball is Banks. Banks, left corner. Skip pass to the right side over to Vaughn. Out on top to Banks. Banks is double teamed, backs it out beyond the arc. Right side to Vaughn to Banks. Long threes, good.
And he was
3-4 feet open.
Past the three-point line then.
50-52, and Vienna sucked back, and they gave him a wide open shot, and the senior buried it.
He has 28 points for the night now.
Blankenship is going to be fouled, trying to pick up the charge while he was moving is that number 11? Ben Vaughn. That's his third foul of the half on Hardin County. No fouls in the half on Vienna, but the reason they haven't fouled is because they haven't played hard defense. Long threes, good. That's by Dawson Hill, 60-55. There's usually a reason when you don't have any team fouls. 1-2-2 by the Vienna Eagles. Left side, over to Ben Vaughn. Back out on top to Banks. Drives inside, kicks it back out to Bout. Just inside the arc, 16-footer's good, and it's 62-55. And that's the freshman's. Is that his first basket? Or second?
Second basket.
Second.
If we had him right on that assist from Banks.
Blankenship, a little 8-footer, makes it 62-57. 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Banks walks it up to the half line. He's picked up at center court by Hill. Banks, now he puts the play in motion. Right side, over to Vaughn. Vaughn in the right corner. Oh, nice give and go. Vaughn off the glass and in. Beautiful give and go. And Blankenship was caught flat-footed. 64-57. Down deep, shot up is good. Little dipsy-doodle move by Mason Curley gets it to roll, and it's 64-59. Nice play by the senior for the Eagles. Bout, right side over to Vaughn. Vaughn kicks it back to Bout. Long three, rims it in. Does a 360 and stays in, and the freshman comes in and back-to-back baskets on the left side. We have a foul, and this is going to go against Vienna. Nope.
Number 11, the scoreboard shown is on Ben Vaughn. That's his
fourth
foul.
64-59, Hardin County. And Treat going to take a blow. Coming back into the game is Charlie King. Tuck his shirt in. Yeah, we might get COVID if we don't tuck our shirt in.
If that had been the case, Ron, I'd had it a long time. I don't think my shirt's been tucked in 20 years.
Oh, goodness. King has it. I'll behave. King from the, oh, he thought about it, didn't take it, got it out to Blankenship. Good thing he's tall.
Called that for travel. That was interesting. He did have a high dribble, but I'm not sure it was.
They didn't give me heights, but what do you think he is? About 6'4", 6'5"?
He's 6'7".
Is he 6'7"?
Yeah, 6'6", 6'7".
He needed every inch of it there. And they still got the turnover. Into the front court comes Kalen Banks. And Banks goes right side to Bout. Shake and bake move, triple time. The ball almost stolen away from him. Got a tie up. And the possession arrow to Hardin County, but that's a turnover. Moves the arrow.
Maybe noteworthy, Ron, is the fact that Blankenship had 8 points in the first quarter, only 2 points in the second quarter. So definitely with some adjustments, and I do see some double teaming on him and Hardin County in this second half.
Well, the big thing is they're putting a body on him too. Blankenship with the block there, about in 15 is Jonah Austin.
Good effort there on Mason Curley to block out. Even though I let the ball go out of bounds, he kept his rebounder blocked out and just let the option let it go on out.
You know you've got a good block out when you take your bet and you hear a oof. Into the front court with the ball. Vienna has it. Between the leg dribble by Hill. Hill dumps it down into Blankenship. Lays it up and in. Right over the top.
Missing for there.
64-61 as they go over the top of the defense to Blankenship. Bank gets it left side to Bout. Bout, who is that there? I can't see his number. Is that
number 25?
Is that who it is over there? 25, Gavin Smith has the ball now.
25.
Gavin, right side over to Bout. Bout to Banks. Banks into the paint. 11 seconds, finger roll, blocked by Blankenship, and he wants to lead the break. Blankenship gets it in the front court. Back over to King. King from the corner. No good.
I don't think I can even see that one.
And the shot quickly put up by Curley as Curley got by with a little push-off on that rebound. And that's the end of the third quarter. 64-61 as Hardin County, or 67, I missed a basket. 67-61 as Hardin County leads after 3 quarters. And 23-21 was the quarter split as Hardin County opens up another additional 2 points, and they have a 6-point lead after 32 minutes of play here. I have Vienna for 17 turnovers, 13 on Hardin County, and another good another good quarter for the Cougars.
Definitely some of the play, I mean, we're starting to see Blankenship working to get the ball a little harder now and starting to pick up some baskets, but that's definitely going, the inside game's going to have to come a little more visible, so especially for the outer perimeter to keep.
Got some totals there after 3 quarters, Bud?
Yeah, for Hardin County, again, I got Colin Banks with a heck of a night, 28 points.
Wow.
With a quarter to go.
Wow.
And not only that, his assists have been looking great. 7 for Beabout, 6 for Ben Vaughn, 8 for Jake Vaughn, 9 for Gavin Smith, and 4 for Levi Snyder.
How about for the Eagles?
Eagles have 13 for Charlie King, 14 for Blankenship, 2 for Curley, 10 for Hill, 6 for Treat, and 7 from Acree. With John Green with 1 and Buddy Clay with 8.
Long 3-pointer put up by King was an air ball, and they throw it away, coming back the other way. King intercepts the ball. Here come the Eagles into the front court. King goes all the way, coast to coast, gets it over to Blankenship, double team, ball stripped away from him. They get it over to Banks. Banks brings the ball into the front court, now slows it up as he crosses the half line with 7:23 to go in the game. Out on top with the ball is Gavin thought about a three, dumps it inside to, oh, what a reverse layup. Oh, he blew it. Might have been a little contact on Jake Vaughn, but it wasn't called. And long three is good. And that is by Dawson Hill, 67-64. 7 minutes to go in the game. One possession game. Into the front court, out on top to Banks. Long three, rims out of there. Fight for the rebound. It's loose on the ground. Bout comes out of there with it. B. Bout, the littlest guy on the floor, go for it, and he was tied up. I'll tell you what.
Coach Lane for Hardin County was trying to get a timeout on that tie-up, and he should have got it, but the referees just didn't have him in his peripheral.
I think Walker B. Bout would make a heck of a fullback. Long three off the back of the glass, no good. Rebound by Vienna. Into the front court, over to Acree. Acree dumps it down inside. Ball knocked away from Blankenship. And then we have an injury down on the other side.
It looks like Snyder, 34. The referee's official's timeout. He's holding his ankle.
And that could be a twisted. Levi Snyder, 6'2" freshman. And he's in some pain. 6:20 to go here in the game, 67-64. And for the first game for both of these teams, first high school sports to be played in about 11 months, it's been a heck of a ball game.
It sure has. A lot of the tempo's been very interesting, JV included. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things the coach are going to want to follow up. So some of this, I'll just pick on Vienna here, being a Vienna resident. Some of these easy passes and easy looks inside from Hardin County that they've not even been able to contest. Those give and goes are just tearing them up inside there, and they've got some pretty good front line that ought to be able to deal with that.
Levi Snyder makes his way to the bench on his own, so that's good. Hopefully it's not nothing more than just a tweak. Banks with the ball, out on top with the ball. Banks at the volleyball line, goes left side to Bebout. Skip pass, right side over to Gavin Smith, off the back of the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound. Coming out of there with it was Curley. Curley quickly up over to Hill. Hill, coast to coast, lays it up and in. Hill takes it all the way to the basket, 67-66, back to a 1-point deficit. 5:50 to go in the game. Banks brings it into the front court. Man-to-man pressure by the Eagles. On the right side, on the baseline, they dump it inside. Knocked loose. Blankenship comes out there with it. Blankenship brings it into the front court with 5:38 to go. On the right side, Blankenship drives inside. He walks. No call. Gets the ball back. Kicks it back out on top over to Acree. Acree gets it on top, and now they're going to set it up between the circles to Hill. Hill goes left side to Curley. On the left wing over to Treat. And they bring it back out on top. Vienna slows it down now. Over the top, double team by Blankenship, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Hardin County. They do
That
have
was another example of that double and triple team on Blankenship in there just then.
They're doing a high-low on him.
That's right. If there's 3 guys on him, what's that tell you, Ron?
Somebody's open.
Somebody's open. There's Blankenship himself open.
Skip pass, left side, three-pointer put up is good by Dawson Hill. And that gives the Eagles the lead back at 69-67.
That's 4 consecutive three-pointers for Hill.
And that's our third lead change of the game, and then Hardin County throws it away, and I think they might need a timeout to settle themselves down here. 4:56 to go, and that's just it. Hardin County wants a timeout. 4:56 to go in the game. And
I think that's going to be the breather call there.
Oh, yeah, it is 30 seconds. So
Coach Lane is definitely the one to ask who was that last pass intended for? I can hear him from up here.
The three-pointer, the Hardin County hit a three-pointer to start this third quarter. Who was that by? The fourth quarter. Hardin County hit a three to start the fourth quarter. I think it was Banks. And I'm not sure. But since then, it's an 8-0 run by the Eagles to take the lead, 69-67. It'll be Hardin County or Vienna basketball with 4 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the game.
I will point out that Dawson Hill has hit 4 consecutive threes since the this second half. He's 4 for 4. 10 points in the second half, a total of 14 points.
Hill has the ball to bring the ball across the half line. Between the leg dribble. Going right side to Blankenship. Into the right corner. Body's on the floor. Blankenship, little 5-footer's good. 67 for the Cougars, 71 for the Eagles as Blankenship has another basket. Shake and bake move by Banks. Brings it back out. Dawson's drawing him now. Left side over to Bebout. Back over to Banks. Banks. Thought about a 3, doesn't take it. Kicks it back out on top over to Gavin Smith. His 3's good. Gavin Smith makes it 71-70. Hardin County not going away. Into the front court with the dribble is Hill. He goes right side. Out on top. Over to Acree. His 3, no good. Rebound ripped out of there by Banks. Banks brings it into the front court. Banks is the floor general on the floor for the Cougars. No question about it. And he bounces it over to Gavin Smith. Smith has it top of the key, left side to Banks. Banks on the wing, brings it back out on top to Smith. Smith, Bebout, back to Smith. Now Banks is going to take it between the circles. 3:30 to go in the game. 71-70 Vienna. Ball's knocked loose and stolen away by the Eagles. Here they come into the front court. Curley across the half line, dumps it down to Blankenship, a little too high, stolen away. Here come the Cougars. They get it to Bebout. Bebout to Smith, back to Bebout. Warren Bebout with the ball. Banks thought about it, what? 26-footer?
Back, but he's done it before. He thought real hard, didn't he?
Banks has it. 3 minutes to go in the game. They trail by a point on the left wing. Now he bounces that out on top to Smith. Smith drives inside, kicks it back out over to Bebout. In the left corner, give and go. Blocked away by Blankenship and stolen away. That block off of Ben Vaughn. And now we have a foul. This will go against Banks, and that'll be his second.
Only 2 fouls in this game. He's doing it all, Ron. He's rebounding. He's running the offense. He's had some amazing assists. Nice cuts to the basket. Not to mention he has 28 points, and this game's not even.
And his conditioning is in good shape because he's not even bent over. He doesn't bend over at all.
I can't even bend over to tie my shoes.
Tell me about it. Oh, nice low pass into King. And King gets the basket. 73-70. 3-point lead for the Eagles. Right side over to Smith. Smith gets it inside over to Vaughn. Vaughn, right-handed shot off the glass is good. He forced it and willed it in.
Yes, he did.
Into the front court comes King. King, left side over to Curley. Curley into the paint. Push from behind, no call. And who was that got pushed?
Treat.
12. Treat looks at the official like, really?
It was two-handed from behind. It was obvious from way up here in the booth, wasn't it?
Well, it did keep him from making the layup, though.
Yes, it did.
What foul?
Yeah.
There was no foul.
You didn't see it's like a tree fall in the forest?
Does it make a sound?
Didn't hear a whistle.
2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the game. 73-72.
Finish.
Vienna 2-2-1, three-quarter trap press. They break it easily, throwing it over the top, over to Ben Vaughn. Ben on the right wing. Out on top, over to Smith.
Another
long three off the back of the rim, no good. Fight for it. Comes out there to Hardin County. He's fouled, no call. Blankenship comes out there with a block, and they're letting him play a little bit there.
Treat with a rebound.
Down to Blankenship, he walks. Getting a little physical out there.
Blankenship was going to look like for the dunk then. It looks like somebody just tried to stop him from getting the easy bucket, but he took a little offense to how much effort the boy put into it. I believe it was Banks, actually. It was.
Well,
they're going to let him play. And
you watch it.
Was called.
They're going to clamp down on it now. You watch. Vaughn has it. Right side. They whip it around the horn over to Smith into the paint. He walks. Drug the back foot. I have 19 turnovers on Vienna and 15 on Hardin County, but that is unofficial.
And those last two, though, bigger than any of them.
Yeah.
2 walks within 3 feet of the goal.
Walking it up at a slow pace is Hill. He crosses the 10-second line with 1:25 to go in the game. 73-72 Eagles. With the ball is Curley. Out on top to Blankenship to Treat. Treat goes right side over to Hill. Hill on the right baseline. They get it inside over to Treat, and Treat is going to be fouled from behind. And this will go against 0, Walker Bebout, the freshman, and that'll be his first. That's the 6th team foul. Only 1 team foul on Vienna for the half. Wow. Into the left corner.
Oh, we're shooting a 3.
King with a 3, no good. Bebout with the rebound with 1:07 to go, and you go, why? Out on top with the ball is Vaughn. In the right corner, 3, no good. Fight for the rebound. King comes out there with it for the Eagles. King over to Hill. Hill into the front court. Backs it out towards center court. Coach Dreer is hollering instructions down to Blankenship, and that's got to be a block, no call. Blankenship put the shot up, no good, no call anywhere. Blankenship gets it back and puts it up and in, 75-72. Coming down the other way, Blankenship partially gets a block. That was off the glass by Ben Vaughn. We have a quick timeout, 75-74. Quick timeout called by Hardin County, and a full timeout. And
Ron, I thought we was getting some static on the line here, but I think it's our camera crew. They're biting their nails.
It's a good game. This is a whale of a game to start the season. Hardin County's had a quick 3-pointer to start the 4th quarter, opened up a 6-point lead, and from that point, Vienna has come back to take the lead, and they lead by 1, 75-74, and I'm not sure exactly how much time's left. We'll find out in about 25 seconds, but
to credit anything to the Vienna comeback, it wasn't any one thing, but it's the fact that they had to make Blankenship work a lot harder to get the ball. He ended up getting about 8 points in the second half, where he'd only had 2 in the 3rd quarter. And then the outstanding perimeter shooting from Hill. He had 4 consecutive threes and a 2-pointer to go with that. So, and they've had somebody. You're talking about respect. If you respect a ball player, you got somebody on him within 2 feet, even when he didn't have the ball, and that's what Vienna's done to Banks in this 4th quarter. He had 28 points. I think after 3 quarters.
Yeah, he had 28 points going into the 4th quarter.
And he's not had a point this quarter.
Well, the one thing I would do is I would make sure that Banks touches the ball every time down the floor, and where he can get
30 seconds, Ron.
They need to get some off-screen picks for him into the front court. Treat has the ball. They get it down to Blankenship, and he lays it up. He came close to dunking it, 77-74. Into the front court. Banks all the way down, shot up, and Blankenship's going to pick up the foul.
Yeah, he didn't think so, but I think he got him with his hand that time.
77-74 with 10.9 seconds to go, and Kalen Banks to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. That's only the 2nd foul on Vienna, but he attacked the basket, and with a 3-point lead, quite honestly, I would have thought you let him go. And a 2-pointer is still going to maintain the lead for the Eagles. He hits the first free throw with the clock stopped, 77-75.
Big rebound here if there's a miss.
That's his 29th point of the game. Banks' free throw is good. He's got 30 points of the 76, and a foul from behind. And a little exaggeration right there by Owen Treat, trying to pick up an intentional foul. He did get a bump from behind, but it'll be a 1-and-1. That's the 7th team foul on Hardin County, and that foul on Banks is his 3rd.
We'll see what kind of free throw shooter our new freshman guard is under pressure in a close game. First game of the season, his high school career. Is
Owen Treat
1-and-1?
Yes, 1-and-1.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on the young man here with a 1-point lead.
10.2 seconds to go in the game. Right-hander's free throw is in and out. No good. Fight for it. And Vienna comes out there with it. Rebound come out of there to Curley. Mason Curley thought he wanted that ball more. And that's senior leadership right there for you from Mason Curley. And back to the free throw line will be Owen Treat.
Chance to redeem himself, Ron.
5.4 seconds. They did take 5 seconds off the clock. Went from 10-1 to 5-4. Owen's free throw this time is good. 78-76. No matter what, it's going to be a one-possession game. If he makes this a three-pointer, we'll tie it.
We'll tie the game, that's right.
I would not let Banks be the one shooting that three.
Can he step back to the three and shoot it and be worth two?
Second free throw is good, 79-76. They get it into Bebout, into the front court, over to Vaughn. Vaughn to Banks for three, off the buzzer, and it was a good look. Off the front of the rim, and Banks had a heck of a view, and he just left it just a couple of inches short, and 79-76 is the final score as Vienna survives here in the first game of an abbreviated season in 2021. We'll total everything up. While he's doing that, I want to talk about the sponsors that we're going to be having later this week. We hope to have everything in place, but some of our sponsors are going to be Rusty's Home Center, Chris Bent with C&K Equipment, and Bush Hog. They have a lot of implements there. They're going to be a sponsor. Guy Kuhn with Southern FS, Southern Trust Bank, Goddard's Auto Supply with Tracy Goddard and Brent Goddard, Banterra Bank, Rusty's Home Center, L&P Financial with Rodney Golson, Vince's DJ Show with Vince Holford, Danny Joe, Susie, and Joel and Jed with Trevelyan Farms and family. So these are some of the sponsors. We've got some more that are going to be coming on board, but those are the ones that we've got signed up right now, and we look forward to the abbreviated season. It'll be over with March 13th, and it'll be fast and furious. Vienna survives. They came from behind as they were trailed by 6 points after a three-pointer to start the fourth quarter, and they come back and outscore Hardin County at that point 18-9 to come away with a three-point victory here, 79-76, and we'll be joined by Coach Steve. Is it Dreer? Is that how you say his last name? Steve Dreer.
Steve Dreer.
And Dreer. Steve Dreer.
I had to pronounce it for me myself.
I hear you. So you got some individual totals there, Dan?
I do, and you know, I would love to say I noticed it all along, but I'm impressed with the how the scoring spreads out. Even with a standout like Banks scoring 30 points for Hardin County, they still had two of their guys in double figures, and that would be Jake Vaughn and Gavin Smith, both chipping in 10 and 12 points respectively. Levi Snyder, 4 points. He did have a real critical basket in the third quarter when they were really making their run and doing that, and then he had the injury, I think, that kind of slowed him down a little bit. But Ben Vaughn had chipped in 8. He was just one bucket away from double figures and was quite a force in there. He had to play most of the second half with 4 fouls. Walker Beabout with 7 points from I think you said he was a freshman. I didn't have the information in front of me.
5'6" freshman.
5'6" freshman, 7 points, all in the second half. 7 points of that during their run. Colin Banks, of course, as we always said, he did it all. He offensively, defensively run the offense, great assist, 30 points, and was just I think you said, 1.5 inches away from tying the game, sending it to overtime, and having 33 points, but fate wouldn't have it. For Vienna, again, I wish I'd realized that Skylar Blankenship led the scoring with 20. He had a first quarter looked like he was going to have 30 points, but Hardin County made some adjustments, and he had double and triple teams on him. He scored 2 points in the second quarter. Third quarter, he had only 4 points, but they were starting to work some picks and some rolls and work to get him some better looks. Ended up with 20 points from all things considered. Got the coach coming up, so we'll catch up to him in just a second. Dawson Hill came in second with 18 points. He and Skylar's efforts there inside and the outside game, he had 4 consecutive three-pointers in that second half, so kind of balanced the inside efforts to feed back into Skylar. Blankenship to help with some of that double teaming he had, open that up a little bit. 15 points for Charlie King. They were spread out a little bit nicely, just and most of the time I'd say right when we needed it. Sean Acree, I'm not sure if freshman, sophomore, but I know he was junior. Coach has assured me he's a junior. 7 points off the bench, and Buddy Clay, the big guy inside that has a strong post, and he's immovable in there once he gets set, chipped in 8 points. I mean, these are some pretty impressive bench scores, especially for guys that didn't really see that much. And the coach, I don't know if he can hear us or if he's got mic'd up yet, but for normal playing time, these guys, when they come in, they did exactly their roles.
Yes, I was proud of them.
For a first.
There you go. Turn that third one, the third mic.
We've been stressing role play.
Tied with us. That's good.
Okay?
Can you hear him okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I get some technical.
So, go ahead there, Coach.
Well, I was just going to say, we've really stressed role play, and I got mad one day in practice and went through the whole team and told them exactly what their role was, and they've responded really well. So those young kids did a great job tonight coming in, and Buddy had to start. He's barely played at Varsity in practice so far, but I needed somebody to take up some space and to score inside in Quentin's absence. So I think it was a critical play. He has to get better going up and down. He has to get a little better on the defensive end, but he did some great things for us tonight.
There was one play that Buddy Clay had in the first half. There was a little bit of a scrum. He used his body to his advantage and got a layup out of it. And he got hammered too, and he just went right through it and scored the basket. And, this was an interesting game. In the first half, it was a game of runs, Coach.
Sure.
Vienna come out, and they hit the first basket of the game, and then Vienna goes on a 9-0 run to take a 9-3 lead. They scored 3 or 4 free throws, and to cut it to Vienna hits a basket and 1 of 2 free throws, and then a 10-0 run opens up a 22-6 lead before a three-pointer right at the end of the first quarter, and had everything going pretty comfortable, 22-9 after 8 minutes. And then they start the second quarter on a 7-0 run. Vienna scores a basket, an 8-0 run. Vienna scores a basket, and then a 6-0 run. So
right.
It was a game of runs in that first half, and Hardin County took the better end of it.
Well, certainly, and a lot of that was my experimental stuff. I told the kids I was going to do that, win or lose. I was going to find out what they're like. It's hard to tell what somebody's like without seeing them. So this first game, I was going blind, and I actually, you can't tell by the scoreboard, but I fashioned myself as a defensive coach, and we did not do very well there tonight, but I never dreamed we'd score that many points either. So those runs that you're referring to, they earned them somewhat, but part of it was inexperienced players that I put in. I put all 5 in at the same time, and I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have sprinkled them in so they had a little more help, and so that's on me. I do think that they will give us some minutes going forward. They just tonight it shook them, and they almost didn't want to go back in. So it's going to take a little while to get confidence, and a lot of these are kids that haven't played. I mean, a lot of freshmen, kids that I've got a senior that's never played before. I've got, it's going to be a growth thing, and we don't have very long to grow.
Well, what's interesting, the most important run of the night starts the fourth quarter. Vienna starts on an 8-0 run to take a 69-67 lead, and a lead that you never relinquished. But that was the most important run. And then you showed some character
down the stretch, many different times you had the opportunity to give the lead up, and you had a strong enough defense come up with the big turnovers and preserve the win going down the stretch. That's really got to put a smile on your face.
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't, with Quentin out here, we didn't have a dominant rebounder. And so it was kind of by committee. I'm really, really proud of Owen Owen Treat in doing that, because he got his hands on so many balls down there. He's physically not as strong as some of them, but he really battled. And he, I haven't seen the stats yet, but I'd say he's one of our leading rebounders, and tipped other ones away from him when, he's heady for a freshman. I also thought that Dawson Hill did a great job getting back in there and battling, because we were a little bit overmatched that way on the boards. They're physically stronger, a little bit older looking and all that right now.
In that third quarter, Dawson Hill hits 4 straight threes and for the 12 points, and that helped propel Vienna back to striking distance.
Yes, it did. And the thing about it is, I mentioned that we've been working on rolls, and everybody else's was, okay, you don't get to do this, you don't get to do that, you don't get to do this. With him, I said, yours has to expand. You have got to expand your role. You take care of other people first, but then when they start playing off on our wings, you've got to score. And he's done it. He's done it. He did it in the interim period here when we were travel ball for a few weeks, and he's carried it over tonight. So yes, he came up very big. Mason on that last rebound, that was huge. Getting that ball, keeping it alive, and running out the clock. Because the way they shoot, I sure didn't feel comfortable.
He fought for that last one.
He sure did.
Right in front of us, Coach, and it wasn't going to go the other way.
No, he tipped it 3 times to get it.
And he had enough court sense to know he needed to get it out of his hand quick too, and keep him from the quick foul, and that helped save another free throw situation.
Well, I had told them that we got plenty of fouls. They're not going to get back down here if you just do it. Just don't make it look like a tackle or something. But we got plenty of fouls to let them take a couple dribbles, then foul them. They take it out. They go backwards to catch the ball, and then we foul them. And I was gonna. That was my game plan. But he said, "Hey, we'll just shortcut that, Coach." So that was good.
The only senior that Hardin County had, Kalen Banks, he had a whale of a game.
Oh, I know it. Boy, he's a player.
He was a tough kid. Had 28 points after 3 quarters, and just scored 2 free throws, I think, in the 4th quarter. But he was a handful, because not only could he shoot outside, dribble, he could take the ball inside, he'd post up, and he had the little fadeaway, and that's a good test. This is a good test for your first game of the year to come out, because you saw a tremendous all-around player in Banks.
Right. Yeah. Well, and part of it was I decided to try zone. We've barely practiced. In fact, we haven't hardly practiced one. I put it in the dressing room. But I felt like we needed to play that, because we didn't have our best team defensive group together. And so we did that. You'll see most of the time we're going to play predominantly man in some form.
Floorburn view.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of them. I really am proud of them. They showed a lot of character coming back. We got down 10, I know, and could have folded it up. And I've talked to them about that's how you rebuild. That's how you change the culture in some place. And we've got to do that. If they've told me that last year they were in some games and probably should have won them. And that's not the coach's fault. That's their fault. So I said, so we're going to change that, and they did for this game for sure.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Hardin County was up 57-47 in the 3rd quarter, and you finished after hitting the basket, and you finished the quarter on a 14-3 run to finish out the 3rd quarter to cut it down to one basket deficit, 64-61. They hit that three-pointer, and then you went on an 8-0 run to take the lead. And I was really impressed with down the stretch. You bent, but you didn't break.
Right. That's a good way to put it, I think. Yeah, we kept getting mixed up, but again, that's my fault because we're playing a defense that I drew up and put in the middle of the game. So I can't be too hard on them, but we were not rotating out. We got mixed up and we skipped a guy. We kept leaving the same guy open, and then they ran that little lob play, which is I'm gonna actually steal that from him and start using that. I like that. So it took us a while to break that up, and they scored several baskets on it before we finally made a couple adjustments. So, but.
Well, your first game of the season, 8 kids get in the scoring column, and you played probably about 12 here tonight.
Yeah, more than that, I think.
Did you?
Let's see, 13, I think.
13.
Yeah,
I was close.
Yep.
But you play that number of kids, get some experience because you got a young team.
Oh yeah.
And you can't practice varsity minutes in game time.
No.
It's impossible.
And see, and we don't dwell on this. I mentioned it one time in practice, and then we've gone on. But we had 4 guys choose to go in a different direction last week, right before we go. 2 of them were starters. All the rest of them were going to play, and so that was a tough thing to overcome. And then they had the adversity of Quentin, who's our best player, and he was unable to go tonight. So you put that all together, they overcame a lot of adversity, and I can't say enough about that. That's really speaks to them.
We've been watching our local ball in Hardin County for years, and this is one of the better Hardin County teams. This is this led by Banks here. They're formidable. This wasn't some reach out and get a nice easy first game of the season like you would have thought it may have been.
Right.
They're very well disciplined.
Well, I talked to 2 very veteran coaches about them because I didn't know anything about them, and they said this team is really good. They're going to be very, very good and solid, and they're going to shoot the ball real well. They drive real hard. They have a good scheme. They're well coached. So it was a good challenge this first game, and it's not going to get any easier. We got Chester or Massac depending on what happens.
Chester.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I hope that or not. I understand they're pretty good.
One thing, they are. If they get to play,
yeah.
They are. Yes, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was pretty impressed with Hardin County too. They had a short bench, but they had 2 freshmen that came in that was pretty salty. Levi Snyder started, 6'2" freshman.
I liked him.
The other one that if he was a football player, he'd be a fullback on my team. Walker Bebout, 5'6" freshman. That kid is solid. He's a fire plug.
Yeah, he is.
And he played probably, I don't know,
in the second half.
How many minutes of JV ball on top of this game here as well.
Yeah, he played. He had a heck of a second half.
And he's got 4 games this week. He's playing again tomorrow, and then he's playing Friday and Saturday.
That's why he's young.
Well, I mean, the coach, you mean? Okay. That's what
I'm talking about. Bowles.
Yeah.
Maybe if the coach was playing in those games, they would only be 3 games.
Yeah, they might not schedule as many. I know I wouldn't, but yeah, we've got a tough schedule here early, and that's good. That's good. We'll learn from it.
Coach, just one thing I'd like to just throw in. I appreciated the moment. You got a freshman playing his first high school basketball game. Treat went to the line with a 1-point difference, 1-1,
right?
And missed it. And because we were saying this is a what a baptism into high school basketball as a freshman. Here to 30 seconds left, and you got a sinking free throw. But then they had to turn around and do it right within, I think it was 4 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Again, and
4 seconds.
Both of them,
yep.
So.
Well, funny. I told the official. I said, "Look, when he hits the second one, I want a timeout." And he looked at me kind of funny. He said, "You really think he's going to hit both those?" And I said, "Yep." And he didn't, but he, like you said, 4 seconds later he did it, and that's what I expect. He plays well beyond his years. Certainly. He's a very heady kid for that young. And Skyler, I owe him a little bit of an apology because we thought, the coaching staff thought he had 2 fouls, and I held him out a long time during that run. And if I'd known, he wouldn't have.
Actually, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, that's what it was. And he got roughed up a few times, and he did not give in to it.
No.
And didn't. Yeah, he. I understand in the past it's thrown him on tilt, and so we've worked with that. Trying to get him to toughen up and remember his teammates. And he did a great job tonight.
Yeah. Well, Coach, thanks for coming up and talking with us Friday night. If you're able to play Chester, that'll be a heck of a ball game. That'll be right here at Vienna. And then Saturday night, you're going to have one whale of a basketball game. Goreville Black Cats, arguably one of the best teams in all of Southern Illinois in 2A basketball.
Yep, and I've heard story after story after story about the rivalry and how intense everything it is, and so I'm really looking forward to it. Todd Tripp sent me a Facebook request even, so I think we're going to try to get along at least until the game starts.
He's wanting to scout on Facebook.
Yeah.
No, Todd Tripp is a heck of a coach, and Goreville. Quite frankly, they got cheated out of a trophy last year because the way things worked out.
I heard that. Yep.
They were in the semifinals, so you knew they were coming away with hardware, and that didn't happen. And they're bringing back just about everybody, and they're really, in my mind, Goreville is the team to beat in Southern Illinois in 2A basketball.
I did see them when we played late in the travel ball schedule. I saw them one game, saw them play Massac, and that was a really, really hard played game.
Massac's got a heck of a freshman.
Massac's good too. No, they're playing a lot of those freshmen up on the varsity as well. So they're both very good teams.
I can't wait to see him play.
Yep.
You may have Owen back by Saturday. Is that a possibility?
You mean Quentin?
I'm sorry, Quentin.
Yeah.
Quentin.
He's going to be tested in the morning. If he usually you want him to pass it and be positive. It's a positive test. Not on COVID. We want a negative test.
Fail this test.
Yeah, we won't fail that
hard
test.
For a teacher to say.
That's right. But we're going to try to get him back, and it really hurt him because he really has worked hard and was ready, and we had by far our best practice of the year day before yesterday, and then 30 minutes later he found out that he couldn't go. So it's going to be really sweet for him if he gets to play. We wish the best for him. I know he's on here listening, and we missed him a lot.
You don't have many. There's not many games to miss.
No,
not this season.
Well, no, you can't. And furious, that's for sure. Looking at the schedule.
Oh yeah.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up. Great win. Hard fought. 79-76 is the final score. 1-0. How sweet it is.
Oh, that sounds
better. Quit. You ain't getting any better.
Congratulations on your first
undefeated
victory.
Yeah. Well, I know as soon as I have that first loss, see, the honeymoon's over, and so I understand that. So I want to put it off as long as possible.
There you go,
guys. Thank you so much for having me, thank you for your coverage of our team. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We hope to see you Friday night, and if not, we'll see you for sure Saturday night.
Good. That sounds great.
We just don't know what's going on with Chester because they're in a different zone. Nashville, Sparta, Chester, and that way they still haven't been cleared to play. So it's to be determined.
Yeah. Well,
that's Randolph County. Isn't it?
I don't really even know who I want to play. It's not about that, but I do want all those kids to play. So I hope they do get released and they can play for Chester's sake and those kids.
And seriously, they have a pretty good team too.
I know.
They're tall, tall and lanky.
Yeah, a different kind of a team. But yeah, I've heard that they're very good. So I have not seen them, but I'm learning. I don't even know the geography of Southern Illinois much yet, so I'm still learning.
We'll keep you out of the swamps.
Okay, that's a deal. Well, thank you again, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Coach Steve Jurr and Danny, any final thoughts here, bud?
No, it's just I think especially everybody at home, it's great to have basketball again, and wasn't expecting that kind of a game and that much nail biting for the first game, but it sure was good to see him out on the court. So I'll leave it with that.
Vienna comes from behind and knocks off Hardin County Cougars 79-76. And our lineup here for the rest of this week, we have
tomorrow night the El Dorado Eagles will be here and take on Rick Metcalf and the girls, and that game will be about 7:30. It's on the schedule, but you'll have to stay tuned and listen in. But Chester, as of yesterday, they had not been cleared to play yet. Nashville, Sparta, Chester is all in that group, and so we'll have to just see. And for everything that I hear, they're probably close to 7 to 10 days before they're going to be able to play. So quite frankly, I don't expect to see Friday night's game played against Chester. That is at home if it is played. And then Saturday night will be a massive game. That game, this gym would be packed to the rafters, standing room only if it was normal. But we're honored to be able to bring the game, and it ought to be one heck of a game with the Goreville Blackcats. Vienna's going to have to bring their A-plus game that on Saturday night. And then the girls, they play Chester Saturday afternoon, same situation as the boys on Friday night. Saturday afternoon, Chester is supposed to be here, but once again, we'll see. And I will doubt very seriously if the girls are playing that game. So that's this week, Monday. The girls are playing at Goreville on Monday night, February the 8th, and we will have that game from up there. So it'll be a lot of fun. As Dan said a little bit ago, it's going to be fast and furious, so put on your roller skates because we're going to be all over the place. But it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so glad for the kids and not to mention us fans as well.
And get you out of the house for a few days. How's retirement, by the way?
I went straight from working man to grandfathering 2 toddlers, and sometimes I would wonder if it wasn't easier just to actually go back to work, Ron.
At least you knew what you were doing when you were at work.
Yeah, you got that right.
Well, thanks, everyone, for tuning in and listening. We hope you have enjoyed the broadcast, and it'll be a lot of fun, and we'll get everything up and running to full capacity here very, very quickly. And for Danny Field alongside, I'm Ron Ellis. Thanks for your time this time. Until next time, so long, everybody, from Vienna High School, where the Vienna Eagles beat Hardin County 79-76. So long from Vienna.